It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday, September 10th, 2024, and we are coming to you live. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Good.
I got a text.
Frantic text.
At 4:59 a.m. this morning.
Uh-oh, what's going on?
My feet just touched the ground from the bed.
Uh-huh.
I'll read the text verbatim.
Oh,
okay.
no.
Can I just tell you, this is the first thing that I thought of when I woke up. I woke up, touched the ground, grabbed the phone, text Gio.
Yeah.
It says,
Emergency.
"We are go for cream."
Oh boy. What kind of weird party you having?
You know.
I knew what that meant.
Got a hold of rough Shantan.
I responded to this.
That's real cream.
I responded with, "We're back, baby."
Yeah.
You guys heading over to Brother
happened?
Mark's later? Or what?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Lover Mark.
Yeah. Having a cream party?
I was up watching football till the completion of the game, as I was tired and I couldn't drink that garbage that I had yesterday. So I'm back, baby. I'm back, as I say. I'd like to take this time to apologize to all the people in Tampa Bay who used Galvin gambles for betting last night. I told you once I followed your bets, everybody would lose.
I will tell you the percentage of did Mike do this?
Yeah.
To I blame Gio. Gio, you're way in the lead.
Oh, good.
You're way in the lead.
Everybody's. I'm getting messages as well. People are like, "Thanks a lot, jerk off." For the record, I did not bet.
I was
going to
say, did you even? Yeah,
I did
you
not.
Didn't. All right. Well,
I set this out. I told you yesterday I had a parlay that had McCaffrey in it, which I ended up getting because they removed that if they don't play in the game.
Right. Yeah. So my thought process behind this was we knew McCaffrey was questionable. And if McCaffrey wasn't playing, McCaffrey gets a lot of touches. If he wasn't playing, I thought, all right, well, George Kittle's going to get those touches. They're going to be doing some short passes, doing some stuff, whatever. Apparently, Deebo Samuels was the guy.
Yeah. Also, who would have thought that kid backing up McCaffrey was so good?
Yeah,
he killed it last night. 100 some yards.
Yeah, so Kittle got the 4 receptions. He did not get an anytime touchdown, and then we didn't even see Greg the Leg. He came out for one extra point.
Yeah,
that was it. But Moody wound up having what? He was like 6 or 6. Yeah.
6.
Moody was on fire. He was accurate as hell, and we didn't see Zerline at all. And the other thing, I went and made a couple of extra side bets.
Yeah,
I had one that said Kittle would get 4 catches, Deebo would get 4 catches, and the other one that screwed that parlay up, Aaron Rodgers would get how many rushing yards?
Over 3.5.
It was over 1.5.
Oh, was it? Yeah,
and he didn't even get it.
Yeah, he's not moving out of that pocket.
I just thought for sure at one point he's gonna get. About to get smashed, and he's just going to scramble a little bit, and nothing. He lays back there, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, everybody cool on the on Instagram. Everyone was like, "Hey, man, ride or die. We lose some, we win some. Still up from the other day, da da da." But I do love with 6 minutes left. Hey, man, he's not going to make those 2 field goals. Oh, you don't think that's going to happen now? Thank you.
You're doing the math?
I appreciate it.
Yeah, Joey did your bet, too. And we watched the game last night, and he was like, if this, if that. I was like, no, field goal thing.
There's a lot of unknowns in week 1. You don't know what to expect from a lot of teams.
What do you think, Aaron Rodgers?
I think he's done.
He's not done. He's great. He put every one of those balls there. And how many drop balls there were last night?
Yeah, it's the problem. There was a few drop balls. Listen, he's older and he's not what he was.
And I don't like him.
But he still, obviously can throw. I mean, there was some where it was just a dime, man.
He was putting them in their hands.
Right.
And they were dropping them. That Breece Hall couldn't catch a cold last night.
I think the Jets are always going to be the Jets.
Yeah.
That's what he gets and that's what you get for going to the Jets.
I don't think he showed any sign of weakness yesterday. He was the same old Aaron Rodgers. I thought he was great. Brock Purdy I can't figure that out. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's good, but he's not I can't figure out if his team is so good or if
he has a great team around him, but he's good. He's good. He's not the elite quarterback, whatever, but for a guy that was picked last, you're like,
he's getting it done. Yeah. He's getting it done. I mean, he was putting it in the right spot too.
He's smart. He rarely turns the ball over. That's really all you need.
Yeah. It was good Monday Night Football game. It made it so much more interesting. No way I would have stayed up till it was over if I didn't didn't have money riding on
Right.
it.
That's what a lot of people are saying. They're like, this is just interesting. It makes it so much more fun. I go, yeah, I feel alive.
Great game.
The fact that you're doing more than just win or lose makes it more fun too. Because Kittle carried that 4 catches or 3.5 catches all the way down to the end. You know? So it was fun to watch his little redneck ass run back.
I hope it was worth the money you paid.
So what does this mean for our football picks? Week 1.
Week 1
That's right.
saw the San Francisco 49ers over the Jets.
My friend.
Start spending the money now, just like you did with the Deadpool money.
Do you want a prize, Joe?
Yeah.
All right.
I like a prize.
Please, God.
Prize?
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
We got brand
one.
new Pap Keychain.
Hell yeah.
I'd like to add to my collection.
Yeah, same.
Do you know my beach house keys are all Pap keys?
Do you know how many people hit me up for these? And they're like, is there any way I can get one of those?
Yeah.
The coveted Pap Keychain.
Hell yeah.
Hang that.
Nice.
You
Yeah,
got no
I like
feet
this.
on that one
No
either.
feet?
That's
Yeah, you don't need feet.
No. Those stupid things bring me so much joy.
Where we're going, you don't need feet.
Before Joe left yesterday, I had to tell him, now the green team is bad.
Yeah.
When you watch the game,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
watch the game. Green team bad, red team good.
Sugar Pants explained it to me.
Aaron Rodgers played great last night.
Oh,
Did you just say Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron. I believe his name is Aaron.
he did play great, and it's good to have him on a winning team for once.
He didn't win last night.
All right.
We gotcha.
You fell for my little test.
Joe, did anybody hit a home run last night?
I don't believe so. I don't think so. I didn't see any of that on any of
I will
those
tell
stats.
you, somebody did. Kyle Schwarber. Another
one?
home run. Yeah,
Holy
dude,
cow.
he is unbelievable.
Good for him.
The Phillies actually are playing the Rays right now. I was watching the Rays, and I'm like, who are these people? I don't know anybody
don't
on the
know
Rays.
anybody.
I don't know anybody on the Rays.
I can't tell last time I watched a baseball game.
Yeah.
And it was weird because they put up everybody's hitting stats, whatever, and like there was 2 guys that are over 200. It was
Yeah.
wild.
I was thinking about this yesterday. We have beef with the Rays right now because they sent the entire staff at the Bone, promotional gifts that they give away at the game, and they specifically left us out. And Mike Olivero asked them and said, "Hey, we're missing the other show." And they
They
said,
got hoodies, they got jerseys, they got throwbacks, they got
Yeah.
skateboards. They got,
and granted, I don't really want any of that stuff. It's just that the fact that they went out of their way to leave us out. And
Right.
Olivero said, what about Calta Show? And he said, they trash us on the air, and why would we bother to send them anything? And I went, all right, that makes sense. And then I thought, I don't think that I trashed them on the air. I don't know the Rays team. I don't watch baseball. I'm a former Yankee. I'm a Yankee fan, but I don't really watch Yankee baseball either. I just don't like baseball anymore. I'll maybe go to a game once or twice a year just to see it live, but I don't really trash the Rays. I don't believe that the fans deserve a new stadium because they don't go to the games. I'm more trashing the fans than anything else. Unless I'm wrong. You got a guy that is, arrested for underage sex trafficking. If I wanted to trash them, I'd be talking about it every day and writing songs about it and doing it. I don't care. I don't have anything. It's like, unless I'm missing something that I don't remember, unless I've said something on this show about, you Rays. You stinky Rays. You.
Charlotte raise you.
Yeah, that was the thing, and that whole Charlotte Rays of us saying send them to Charlotte was when they were talking about splitting time with Canada,
Right.
And me saying let them go. Nobody's going to the games. Let them go. It's embarrassing for the team. You had a team on the field that was young guys with low payroll, and they were making the playoffs, and nobody was going to the games. That wasn't against the Rays.
The Charlotte Rays thing was funny just because Charlotte Ray and then the guy that made the logo,
Yeah,
I
it was
thought it was
great.
hilarious, a little baseball hat on and stuff. But really, the best solution they have is to give the Rays to Orlando and we take the Magic.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
and even
the
swap.
best. Yeah.
We were saying that the players deserve better. They
Yeah.
deserve
Yeah.
to go out there
Yeah.
and play in front of a crowd.
Yeah, I did, and I'm gonna tell you, I forget a lot of stuff I say on the show. I'm not saying I didn't say anything bad at some point, but sometimes fleeting things come out of my mouth just to be funny. But I don't know. I was just trying to think about it yesterday. I have one of those skateboard decks outside the Rays ones that I thought were kind of cool, and I thought the fact that they were embracing skating in Tampa was cool. And I didn't do anything. I still have the board out in the green room. And then I thought I'm just gonna write "suck" on that board and hang it. And then I thought, why don't I do that? I don't even care about them. I'm not mad. And if they win, great. If they lose, who cares? I just don't care.
I mean, you did try and break it, but
Did I try to break the board? What did I do?
you tried to break it.
How?
Smash it.
That didn't work.
No.
Hey, that's
Tough
great.
board.
That's great quality stuff you guys are giving away there.
And then we didn't get the cool hoodie.
No.
That's true.
It's fine. Hoodie isn't going to fit me anyway.
They're
so
giving
I'm not
stuff
worried
to
about it.
Dizzy.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't care. I still don't want the stuff. I just was trying to think about it yesterday. I was like, what did I actually do to make them so mad? I don't think I've ever trashed the Rays as much as I've trashed the lackluster fans. You bet your ass if they made the playoffs this year and they would go to the World Series, there's gonna be a bunch of broads and bedazzled Rays jerseys there, and be like, I love the Rays. I've always have. I don't get to go to a lot of the games, but I really love. Shut up, lies. Anyway. Just something I thought about yesterday.
Raise up, everybody.
Raise up. Hell yeah.
Raisins. I like raisins.
Ooh.
I watched the new Wheel of Fortune or the same Wheel of Fortune with Ryan Seacrest yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
Meet the new boss, same as the old boss.
Yeah.
Swapped out one old school white guy for a new school white guy.
With silly little jokes.
Silly little jokes. Didn't miss a thing. The best was at the end, the guy lost. And the final thing, it was digital footprint, and he had it laid out. He had the D and the digital. He got that, and then he missed something, and it had print at the end. And he couldn't figure out what it was, and he's like, digital compartment, digital, and he's going through them all, and he loses. Then Ryan Seacrest has to open up the envelope and show him that he lost $40,000, and that guy was mad.
Yeah,
he was like, Ryan Seacrest, buddy, thank you. You won $25,000 on top. Besides this. And I really want to thank you for being a part of my first show. And the guy just looked at him and went, I just lost $40,000. You shoved it right in his face.
Would have been great if he just liver punched him.
I'm telling you, Ryan Seacrest, he's the Thanos of show business.
Yeah.
Because he collects it. Regis Philbin, Dick Clark,
You're
Casey
right.
Kasem,
You're right.
Pat Sajak.
Takes all the
icons.
He's
taking
killing
all
them.
the
He's
legends.
killing them. Yeah. God, I mean, think about it. That guy was a DJ on a radio station on a format that doesn't even exist anymore. The Star format, an AC format that played just mostly women skewing songs.
He was some radio station's Open Mouth Sally.
Yeah, exactly right.
100%.
Yeah,
That's what he was.
Which bothers us all because we know that kid's probably going to be rich and famous someday.
Yeah, there's a bunch of other people that still work there. They're like, can you believe Ryan Seacrest is on Wheel of Fortune now?
Oh,
son of a bitch.
Imagine those people that worked at the radio station. They must be so mad. I was thinking also, Spanish, why I dislike Shark. I like Shark.
Right.
The reasons why I have no problem making fun of him.
I got to tell you, you started saying like S for shark, and I thought you were going to say me. Why you don't like me? I was like, oh my god.
Oh, there's so many reasons.
All right, I figured.
No, I was thinking about it. I heard a promo today for Hard Rock Calling. You can go to Hard Rock and you're a band and you could try out or whatever and win a spot to open for Next Big Thing. Right. Sound. And I thought 97X isn't a radio station anymore. I don't know what they're trying to do. They take the Next Big Thing concept, move it over to the Bone, and let the Bone do it with bands that our listeners would go to see. It would crush. But anyway, yeah.
I think the thing with that is that you have to play music to get those artists.
But they don't play the music.
But it's somewhere, right? It's something.
On ads on the internet.
Is it
HD2?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but HD2 is not getting any.
I know, but
counts.
I think there is like specific ruling there where you have to have some sort of broadcast thing, whatever.
Oh no, there's no specific ruling. It's a matter of your band could play here. This band will play here for $50,000. Unless we're getting 20 spins, then we'll play it for $20,000. That kind of stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
It's not
where they have they put these tours together and then they put them in different radio markets, whatever, with the different stations and everything. But you have to be playing the songs to get them for a certain.
But let's be honest.
Otherwise,
who's listening to that?
Right. Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I heard it today, and it said, if you want to open for that, you can go to Hard Rock Calling and do all that stuff. And I thought that's why I'm mad at Shark. He would not let Pipple Toddler play Next Big Thing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And they started at 10 o'clock in the morning. And I was like,
just throw us on.
Yeah. And then he was like, I mean, you guys can go on first if you want. We're like, yeah, we'll play at 10 o'clock in the morning. We don't care. On the side stage. He wanted us to go to the side stage. He's on the side stage of life right now.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
I put him on the side stage of life.
Dude.
That's what I did.
Wow.
Dare you?
Fantastic analogy, by the way.
Yeah. Anybody who really ever went out of their way to be a dick to me is either dies or falls off the planet. The one guy when I worked at the country station and he came in, the new general manager, he was listening and they were like, this could be the guy, and he was like, I don't hear it. I don't hear it. This is a guy who was running funeral homes in Miami that they brought him back because he spoke Spanish to launch a Spanish station, and then he got ousted and he no longer works in radio. He didn't hear me though.
Of course not. Yeah. I don't get it. Yeah.
The first time I saw 21 Pilots was on the side stage.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Damn it. We should take
There-
that opportunity.
There used to be like a couple thousand people for the side stage.
And a lot of times the way they operated it was a band would play and then they'd go do an acoustic thing over there on the side. So they did that right. I mean, they know how to run a festival. We opened up for Def Leppard over there. We played over there on that side stage. We like to say we opened up for Def Leppard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We did.
We played in the same arena.
We were on the same stage with Joe Elliott.
It's true.
Yeah.
Joe Elliott came over there with us. Yesterday, I was waiting for a package. They had these little protein desserts that they make, and I wanted to try them. So I ordered a 6-pack of them. It was like $50. Damn. And they were tiny little things. And I'm waiting for a package. So I go to while we were in Orlando, I got an alert that said that it had been delivered on that Thursday. So I go to the front living room with my wife and I go, hey, I got a package that came here on Thursday. Did you see it? And she goes, no, there's a couple of packages over here. They're hers, and there's an Amazon. She goes, there's an Amazon package for you. I put it in your office. I said, okay, go get that. So she went and got it and brought it to me with an envelope. I was like, no, that's not it. I didn't order from Amazon. So then I open it up to see what it is. You might have saw it. I put it on the internet. I put it on Instagram yesterday. It's a voice memo recorder powered by ChatGPT. Yeah.
Okay.
Sounds cool, right?
Yeah.
I didn't order it.
No.
I didn't order it at all. And a lot of times I'll get gifts.
I
And
ordered it, Michael.
Dude.
Yeah. I knew you'd want it.
I'm alive.
Yeah.
A lot of times I get gifts in the mail and they're from Bobby Kelly, but there's no note in Amazon when there's a gift. Sometimes if they send you a note, happy birthday, it's in there, whatever. But Bobby will just send me random books and things like that. So I looked inside. There was a receipt. It had my name on it. It didn't say any memo or anything like that. So I went to my. I'm not saying I've never ordered anything by accident before. So I went to my Amazon. And I looked at my orders, and it's not on there. Then my wife checked her account, and she looked, and there's nothing on there for her either. So then I tried to call Amazon. Good luck doing that. And I looked it up online, and they're saying that there's a scam where they send you stuff for free. It shows up at your house, how you know it, and then there's a QR code, and you scan it. Next thing you know, they got you.
Yeah.
It's called brushing.
Oh.
Yeah, I looked it up. Even Amazon's warning about it.
Remember a while back they were doing the thing where they were sending sunglasses for
Yeah.
some reason,
Yes.
and I got some sunglasses
Yes.
from
Oh,
China.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, they were sending seeds for a while.
And I was like,
No,
oh,
seeds were coming in packages with something else. They would give you a package and then give you seeds also.
I didn't make that up, right? That was the thing.
Yeah. And we were like, plant them and see what happens. Yeah.
that's
So
wild.
I don't know if that's the case. This thing was $170.
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, you,
So
have to
it's not.
you have to destroy it immediately.
I want to return it,
I mean,
Yeah.
that's
but I don't know. It's not on my account, so I wouldn't get the money back.
It's some device that's monitoring your home or something.
Oh, yeah.
take it to Walmart.
I mean-
You don't need a receipt. Just take it to
No.
Walmart and be like,
I don't think Walmart's selling a AI generated.
they don't know what they're selling.
Yeah.
Just take it back.
Every day when I go to get Liquid Death, they go, hey, you can't buy that until afternoon. I go, it's watered down. Figure it out.
No, you got to destroy it immediately.
Yeah.
You don't know what that device is or what it's doing.
Start
has
feeding
all
it
your
disinformation.
Yeah, it's recording you.
Well, I haven't even opened the box yet. I haven't even opened the box.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
in
need
your
to,
house.
Oh, I'm sending it to you, Carmen.
I don't want it.
Oh, you can
I'll
have it.
destroy it.
Chad might be able to use it for the team.
No.
Joe, during the break, go throw it in the pond.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. I
Yeah.
will do that.
So the whole point is I'm looking for those protein things, and they weren't there. And it's a small company that I saw advertised on the internet. So I'm like, I wonder if I call them now and tell them, because I looked up my cameras at the time they said it was delivered and nothing came. So I call and the lady answers. I go, hey, I ordered this stuff. It didn't come. And she was really nice. And she's like, oh, yeah, I see it on here. it shows delivered, and she's like, don't worry, insurance covers it. We'll send you a new one, and this, that, and the other thing. I was like, okay, good. That was easy. Like, if you get a small company, I think I probably talked to the owner of the company.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
She told me, I just got out of car line. I go, oh, me too.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
so last night I'm sitting there watching the game with my son for about an hour, and then he turns to me and he goes, oh, hey. And I go, what? He goes, there's a package that came for you on Thursday.
Yeah.
I go, where is it? He goes, it's in my room. The
Yep.
UPS guy handed it to me as I was walking in, so I brought it in. I go, thank you for putting perishable foods in your room for 2 days in a box. And he was like, oh, I didn't know. I go, you are dumb. He's dumb.
You gotta make him drive it back to that company.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And they were so efficient. I almost called them and said, hey, hold your horses. My
Yeah.
son's an idiot. But they had already sent me an email. We shipped you new one.
Don't file the claim.
Yeah, I feel like I stole from them. But
Nah.
By the way, you made me think of a great idea with the chat GPT thing, whatever. Carmen, I don't know how you can work it out, but do something, whatever. Chad GPT.
I like it.
some guy gave me a great idea. I said, I don't know what this thing is, but it came to me yesterday. I put it on Instagram yesterday. And this guy's like, I have one. It's great. I said, what do you do with it? He said, I record meetings, and then it just summarizes the meetings, and it makes it usable. And I go, that'd be great if I went to meetings.
Right.
I don't go to any meetings, you know? So he's like, yeah. He goes, but you should tape the whole show one day and let it summarize the
Yeah.
show. That might be funny.
Or you could take it to movies and have it summarize a movie for you that you may have slept through.
That's good, too.
That way, when people ask you, can be like, I know exactly what
That
happened.
is when Joe Pesci showed up.
Yeah.
When you wake up, you can ask it, was Han Solo in this movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that. So maybe I'll keep it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That sounds like an awesome
As soon
device.
as the T1000 is made, it comes
Yeah.
right to me first.
Yeah, you said throw it in the lake, and the first thing I thought of is it assimilates with a crocodile and
Yeah.
brings that to life.
I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Then you have a Croc GPT.
Oh my God, dude, talk about a nightmare.
I don't like crocodiles.
Send the dogs over.
Let me tell you how great this show is. And not this show, but like the audience. I talk about this show Outlast on Netflix that I'm, obsessed with now. And there's the guy that was my sister's English teacher that was on the show.
Right.
And the second part of season 2 drops Wednesday. And I thought, oh, it would be cool to have him on the air. By the end of the show yesterday, somebody had already reached out to him, talked to him, and sent me his phone number. I was like, oh, that's
Nice.
great. I want to call that dude. Maybe we'll call him tomorrow because they're sending out the new. You got to watch it. But then either one of you guys or Big Dick, somebody turned me on to Alone. Anybody watching that?
No.
That's the same concept where they're not competing in teams; they're competing alone. But they drop them in the middle of the Alaskan brush, but they don't have camera crews with them. They are all on GoPros. And every one of them that's there is a professional trapper or hunter or survivalist. So they're all doing this. One broad. She is like, you look, if you said pick the one that's going to go out first, you go fat old lady. Like you just point to her and go, it's her. They did a little bit of her backstory. She was working on a farm. She has a history of camping and hunting and all this stuff. And she was working on a farm and she got in an accident and she got staples going from her hip all the way down to her ankle. And said she wouldn't walk right, and she gained 70 pounds as a result of it. And here she is out in the brush by herself. Most of these guys are hanging a string and putting a tarp over it. She is building a log cabin by herself with an axe. It's amazing. I love this show. I love all of these wilderness shows now. Then, did anybody else see the email? The woman that emailed us yesterday and said, I have 50 acres worth of land that has a trailer on it, has axe throwing, has all. She's like, you guys could use my land. It's right by Cedar Key, and I'm like, oh boy, this is getting real now. We're doing it, but we can't do it till it gets cold out.
Okay, I'm down. Yeah. I have like a whole thing written out that I wanted to show you, anyways, of some stuff.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
I don't want to do naked and afraid.
We don't have to do naked
just
and
wanna
afraid.
do afraid.
What if we just do topless and afraid?
No,
Oh,
no,
all right.
no. Unless Carmen's playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like a January, February, like Galvin was saying. That's when the weather starts to
Right.
Yeah.
cool a little bit.
So in Alone, they get to pick 10 items that they want to take and put it in their backpack, whatever. But one of the things is they're taking. I don't think our goal is going to be to hunt. You know what I mean? I don't know what kind of. Yeah. So they're taking bow and arrows with them, and they're taking on a loan. They take bow and arrows, and they can only take 9 arrows with them. So they have to retrieve their arrows after they shoot them. Dude, I saw 2 of the craziest things on this show in the first episode. One guy shot a grouse bird and shot it clear in the neck, and when he went over to get it, its head was just hanging off. He shot its head right off.
I don't want to do that.
No. The other guy is what you don't want to be the one to do. He shot it in the body, and he went over, and it was over. It was flopping around. He just picked it up, and went, pulled his head off.
All right.
That's why I can't do that.
I don't want to.
I can't do that.
I don't want to kill any animals.
Yeah, no.
my God.
So I think we may say you can bring like 4 beef stick jerkies and do it like that.
Well, that's why I was kind of talking about like we do like a triage, like a scavenger hunt, which is kind of whatever. But there's like other things that we could do besides hunting and trapping. We could do target shooting.
You do
for
something that's challenge, and the winner, based on where you come in the challenge, you get different items.
Yeah.
That's what I said the other day.
Yeah.
Like whoever starts to fire first, second, third, and fourth gets the points.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I like that. There's this could be fun, or we could whoever comes in first place gets to take off that following Monday.
Ooh.
Now Carmen's interested.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm taking off regardless.
I started to get a little excited about Vegas last night.
Yeah.
I misread an email that they sent me that I looked down and I said, so Olivero tells me on Sunday at the tailgate, he goes, did you look at the itinerary for the flights? And I go, no, but I know we got to stop over in Charlotte. And he goes, you're in seat 23B and I'm in 23A. And I go, okay. And he goes, which means you're in the middle. And I went, what? And he started laughing. He goes, we'll just switch. I was like, oh, come on. It's going to be so miserable sitting next to you.
Big monkey arms.
Yeah, you just smell like bananas the whole way there.
You're gonna miss Joe and I on this flight. 'Cause we're so tiny. Yeah.
100%. So I was thinking about it yesterday, and I pulled up the email and I looked at it, and I looked at the wrong email, and I looked at our seat assignments, and I'm like, I don't know what Olivero saw, but I see us. We're in 3A and 3D, and I was like, I was all excited, and then I got, and then I was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Said,
Shocker.
nope, you're stuck. And then I called American Airlines, and I go, forget it, I'm just upgrading. I can't take it anymore. And they were like, okay. And the wait was 25 minutes, but if you hit one, they'll call you back, which I think is the best invention. So they called me back, and this lady from Guatemala was like, hello, Mr. Mike. And I said, yeah, baby, put me in first class. I'm doing it. And I go, by the way, I'm Mike Calta, not Olivero. I'll leave him in the back where the rest of the apes are sitting. And he goes, and she left me on hold. She's like, okay, let me look. And she left me on hold for like 5 minutes. And I looked at my wife. I go, I have to do it. She goes, I understand. Then she came back after 5 minutes. She goes, there's no seats left. And I went, I thought you were doing it. 5 minutes. I thought you were like, okay, you are now D&E.
Yeah.
You're not going.
So I said, don't you understand? The guy next to me is a full-blown gorilla. Which, did you get to watch Chimp Crazy?
I did.
Yeah, it ended. It was not. I didn't want to say anything about it because I didn't want to ruin it. But it ended like,
Right, but also
she's crazy.
And the other one too.
The other one's completely nuts. So yeah. I don't know. But can I just tell you something? Can I just tell you right now? I'm just gonna say it. I would totally bang the chick.
I knew you would.
Yeah.
When they showed her on the boat laying back and stuff.
I looked at my wife and I was like, I get that. I get that. Yeah, Chimp. I love dirty old whores. What can I tell you?
She is wild too. Like the entire time, the Chimp is more important than my husband, than my children.
Her children.
Anything.
Her kids are there.
Yeah. She goes, that is more important than anything to me. If you told me that I had the choice between Chimp, anything else in my life, I'm
She
choosing
said,
Chimp.
if you told me I had to leave my husband, I would leave my husband.
Didn't leave her husband.
What?
Yeah.
For the Chimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not weird at all.
Oh, dude.
Oh my God.
But we add on top of weird, add wigs, makeup. And then, I mean, we can tell you right now, at the end, she goes to visit another chimp. That's another lady has a chimp. She gets in the chimp enclosure. It attacks her, rips her ear off.
It's an adult.
yeah.
It's an adult chimpanzee, and she just goes, like, oh, well, they know that I know Tonka, so
Yeah.
it should
She
be
believes
fine.
that.
She goes, I didn't even get a chance to sit down, and it attacked me.
Yeah.
It's a wild animal.
Don't
Just
go
took
in
a
its
small
cage.
piece of her ear, though.
It's wild,
Dude.
Dude, they showed her ear laying on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah. And then she's got a bandage on her ear, and she's covering it, and she's got all this makeup on to cover like bruises, and she's like, It's okay. It was not.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh my
and you're
God.
missing half of your ear, and she goes, "It's just a little piece."
But
me on the
also,
arm.
the most important thing before they started, she goes, "Can you see this bandage on my ear?" She goes, "Because I want to. It's pretty big. I just want to make sure it's covered." This, that, whatever. And she had her big giant wig cover, and the guy's like, "No, not really." And she goes, "Okay." And then she's all ready to go. So vain.
Was the ear bandage as big as Trump's?
Still not as big as Trump's, though. Yeah. Chim Crazy was good. I like it, and I like that it was only 4 episodes. In and out. Yeah, gotta go. All right, it's Tuesday, which means Dom will join us in the 9 o'clock hour to take your legal calls, if you have any. If your name is Tyreek Hill, please feel free to call the show.
Oh, man.
We'll talk about that as well. Right now, though, we're giving stuff away with Sporle, so if you want to get through, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. What else? Something else I wanted to tell you about. I don't know. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 1025 The Bone. I've been reading a lot of stuff online. There is an overwhelming response to the new lead singer of Linkin Park. Everybody hates her.
Yeah.
Well, the son of
In
Chester.
Chester, I saw that. Yeah.
But also, it's like, I mean, I get it. That's your dad and stuff, but maybe he shouldn't kill himself. And also, what are these guys supposed to do? They're trying to continue on. They were all in the band, too.
I don't know how I'd feel about that. I mean, I think I agree with you, but if it was my dad, I might be like, "Hey, dude, start something else." You know, but I don't know. But everybody, including him, hates that new girl. Though she's terrible. The new song wasn't bad, but her singing the old song.
Well, like Gio said, it sounds like Linkin Park week on The Voice.
Yeah.
Or American Idol or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Pretty awful.
Not my Linkin Park.
No.
Yeah, definitely not.
Listen, they were never my Linkin
I
Park.
was just saying, I'm proud to say I don't have a Linkin Park.
I saw them multiple times live.
Yeah.
They're great.
Listen,
I'm just not a fan.
Loved the Linkin Park Jay-Z stuff.
Yeah.
I hear Drew crap on it all the time, and I go, I don't know, I loved it, but I loved the documentary that came with it, and watching Jay-Z and finding out that Jay-Z doesn't write down any of his lyrics, and he just got it all in his head. I mean, all of his lyrics just up in his head. And to be able to just reproduce them over and over and over again, and to do it with another, I thought it was great.
The last time I saw Linkin Park, they played at Steinbrenner Field.
Yeah. We interviewed them for that.
That was cool because they had a stage in the outfield, and the whole thing was awesome.
I couldn't wait till as soon as the boss died.
I don't know why they don't do more concerts there.
Yeah, I wonder. Well, I don't know.
It was a great setup for that night.
Why they put it like in center field, the stage?
Yeah.
I probably don't want people ruining the field. I mean, they play there all year round.
They had like it was like that flooring, that plastic flooring was down on the field, so you weren't on the grass.
But I bet afterwards there was probably
Maybe.
enough where they were like, no more of this, guys. Yeah. All right, Carmen, what are we giving away today?
So we have tickets for Korn, Luke Bryan, Creed, Lightning Preseason, Yngwie Malmsteen, TSO, the Mike Calta Tailgate, and Universal Halloween Horror Nights.
Oh, we've heard us raving about that. So if you'd like a pair of those tickets, let's do it right now with a little bit of Sporle. Here we go. Carmen is the keeper of Sporle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Carmen, what are we playing today?
All right, today we're going to be playing Rock and Roll Hall of Famers by the biggest U.S. single.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers by their biggest single.
Yeah, by their biggest U.S. single.
Mike is going for 3 in a row. Gio, activate it.
a lot of old guy music.
So I'm going to give you a song. You're going to give me the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame band. Okay?
All right.
Your first one, Burning Down the House.
Talking Heads.
That's right.
It is. Mike, Galvin. Smell Like Teen Spirit. Galvin. I Can't Help Myself.
The Temptations. The other ones.
I Can't Help Myself.
Righteous Brothers.
4 Seasons.
Four
For
tops.
top.
I just said it.
That was the end buzzer. I was giving the answer as you said it, Gio.
I said it before you. Whatever.
That's not how that works. All right, your next one. Every breath you take.
The Police.
Sting.
Four tops.
The Police. Galvin. Drive.
Incubus.
The Cars.
Mike Calta. Another brick in the wall.
Pink Floyd.
Mike. God Save the Queen.
Sex Pistols.
Galvin. Dreams.
Fleetwood Mac.
Galvin. Best of my love. Best of my love.
Anita Baker.
Donna Summers.
Air Supply.
Eagles.
Oh.
Is what I was looking for. Legs.
ZZ Top.
Galvin.
Nice try.
Somebody to love.
Queen.
Somebody to love. Jefferson Airplane.
Don't you want somebody to love?
Don't you need somebody to love?
Touch of Grey.
Grateful Dead.
Mike. And Pap. We're halfway there.
Spanish is not on the board. Gio also not on the board.
Gio almost had the 4 top.
He almost did. Michael has 3, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning with 6.
Oh, man.
All right, you guys are naming the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame bands by their biggest U.S. single. Your next one, Search and Destroy.
Metallica.
No.
All right. Seek and Destroy.
Search and Destroy.
Iron Maiden.
Black Sabbath. I don't know.
The Stooges.
Nah.
Sunshine of Your Love.
Cream.
Mike. Cold as Ice.
Foreigner.
Galvin.
Foreigners not in the Hall of Fame.
They are.
No.
They're getting in. They're in. They're just doing the thing this year. You know what I mean?
Call Me.
Blondie.
Mike. I Can See for Miles.
The Who.
Mike. Whole Lot of Love.
Led Zeppelin.
He shook violently.
Galvin. Jeremy.
Pearl Jam.
Pap.
That was Michael.
Mike gets the point. Sweet Jane. Sweet
Reed.
Jane.
Velvet Underground.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. That's
Galvin.
two different things.
Light My Fire.
Doors.
The Doors. Pap.
Galvin.
Galvin gets the point. Money Talks.
AC/DC.
Oh, I was like, it's too easy if you. Damn it.
Galvin. Hey Jude.
Beatles.
Mike. The Rubber Band Man.
T.I.
That is the
No?
song.
No.
He's not in there though.
He should be.
The Rubber Band Man.
Al Green.
The Spinners.
Oh, naughty.
No point. I'll Be There.
The Jackson 5.
Mike Calta. And Pap.
Oof.
We're on the last 3.
Spanish, 0 points. Gio also 0.
Activated.
Michael with 9 points, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning by 2. He's got 11.
Whoa.
Activated.
Reactivated.
All right, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame bands by their biggest U.S. single. Last 3, here we go. Rock and Roll All Night.
Kiss.
Galvin. Don't Bring Me Down.
Yellow.
It's a
Electric Light Orchestra.
It's what's on the paper.
Yeah,
If
that's
we're Mike.
all right.
And your last one.
No, you're winning, or can I tie?
won. No.
You have 10, he has 12.
Oh, then I can't win.
Yeah.
Correct.
You're
Last one. Creep.
Radiohead.
Spanish.
She was just calling you a creep.
I know.
Carmen threw me off. I was on a roll, and then I got thrown off.
Because you answered after I gave the
No, I
answer.
did not.
One answer is not a
I
roll.
was on a streak.
That's
That
not a
is
streak.
not at all
It
how that
just threw
works.
me off for the whole goddamn game.
I like a nice roll right now.
You want? I have a
With
whole thing of
butter?
Hawaiian rolls. You want
What?
Hawaiian
Yes. I do.
I said butter with some rolls.
Yeah.
rolls? I have a whole thing of Hawaiian
I
rolls.
love Hawaiian
no, not
rolls.
for you.
Where's the donuts?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I mean,
He ate them.
I didn't eat them. Why? You want one?
He told me
You
this
Jonesing?
morning he didn't think you deserved the donuts. Gio.
Oh,
That's not
messed up.
true. I said I was going to bring them individually instead of bringing a box to avoid being chastised.
Joe, final score.
Final score. Gio with 0 points, Spanish with a single point, Michael with 10, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 12.
Galvin, pick a line.
Street Slayer!
All right.
I will go with line 14.
Unnecessary.
You're trying to shake Donut Guy, aren't you?
No.
Good morning. Who's this?
Hello?
Yep. What is your name, sir?
Yeah, my name's Billy.
Billy, you're the winner. Please stand by and hold on. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize, okay?
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, wait, back to Donut Guy.
Yeah. I like to call myself Sugar Farts.
What?
Because you guys called me that yesterday.
No, we got it.
Yeah.
So we let it go. It was a
Well,
fleeting joke.
All right.
Question for you. The one thing the entire time you worked here that I asked you to do that you said no.
Oh, fat Spanish, yeah.
Fat Spanish.
Yeah.
We wanted you to go home and gain weight.
Right.
We wanted you to get bigger and bigger, and you said no.
Right.
There's a one time you put your foot down and you said, I will not do this.
Right.
And yet now, ironically, you eat paydays and donuts for breakfast every
That's
day.
true. That's very true.
Okay. I just wanted to make
Yeah.
sure we're
You're
on the
right.
same
You're
page.
not wrong. You're not wrong.
We're getting Fat Spanish. It took us 10 years.
Yeah.
but we're
Right.
getting
Yeah.
Fat Spanish.
Eventually,
Naturally.
that's my my truest form.
I ate 2 hard-boiled eggs, 2 cheese sticks. I ate 4 mini meatballs for dinner, and a coffee with almond milk yesterday. And according to the scale, I gained a pound. I don't know why. Yeah, and I went to the gym yesterday.
But it's probably muscle.
Oh, shut your mouth.
All right.
Shut your mouth. That's what I tell my wife when she's like, "Oh my god, I feel so fat." I go, "It's probably muscle.
Yeah.
You work out every day."
I see
Also-
your wife working out hard.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like what they keep showing. She does this thing.
What
where
is she doing that for?
I don't know. Probably her boyfriend.
Oh, is that
You
the
know.
thrusting thing?
Oh my God, Carmen!
She had a 45,
What?
she had a 45-pound plate, and she's thrusting it up.
2 of them.
Was it 2? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's on.
Again.
Oh,
It's
wow.
on her pelvis, and she's pushing it up with her butt muscles. And I was like,
You know what that's called? Meet me in the middle.
I don't know what that means, but I don't know if I want to know. I don't want to know.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's aggressive.
A lot of
That's
high fives
aggressive.
going on.
Yeah, I don't know who her trainer is, but I feel like I need to make a drive-by, take a look at him.
No, we could do a drive-by.
Like, that's fine. If you're going to do it, let's get it over with. Just do it.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is. I know his name is Jamal, though. If that helps at all.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
Instead, he's 6'6".
He was the one holding the camera.
If you're going to have a visual, you might as well make it all bad.
He's 6'6", and that's not his height.
Yeah.
It's 7 in the morning.
Sure is. Galvin, what do we have coming up in news?
Coming up in news today, Philly filibuster going back to Germany and President Cheddar Bay.
Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. I might rally behind a President Cheddar Bay.
I think you might. I think you might.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get right to news. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Has anybody in this room ever liked the Grateful Dead?
No.
I mean, this song is catchy, and I think this was like their only hit, but, obviously they have huge following.
I'll tell you, Friend of the Devil.
Yeah, that's a good song.
But the Counting Crows version of it is great.
Really?
Yeah, I really like their version of it.
Yeah, like I could pick out like 3 or 4 songs that I know and go, oh, yeah, I know that song. But I was talking to my brother-in-law the other day. He saw them at the Sphere, and I was like, I don't think I could want to do anything less.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he,
And it's a lot like the Jimmy Buffett or the thing. It's more the people than it is even the band, you know?
yeah, and I just, I'm not mad at it. I said to my brother-in-law, because we have similar, he loves AC/DC, and we have similar taste in music, and I said, I don't know that I can go see them. I'd be kind of bored. And he goes, yeah. And he goes, I get kind of bored too. He goes, it was in the Sphere. He goes, I don't think if they played here, I'd go see them. And it's one of those things you got to be mentally into it. I'm just not. And then I watched a video of the Sphere, and it's a bunch of white dudes weird dancing.
No, I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah.
boy.
A lot of
They look like
Birkenstocks.
zombies.
Yeah.
But they do like crazy arm flailing and elbow dancing, and it was just really weird to watch.
I do enjoy the Cherry Garcia ice cream
Oh,
that Ben and Jerry's
so
makes.
good.
That's pretty good.
Anything like that would remind me of Jerry Garcia.
Yeah.
And he was such a disgusting looking person.
like his beard is in the ice cream.
Yeah, they use little pieces of his toes. And
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
that
funny.
piece of his finger that's missing is one of the cherries.
If that's what it takes, I'm fine with that. It tastes so good. So good.
I saw
Spanish,
that.
what does the song, "Driving That Train High on Cocaine"?
Yeah.
Casey Jones. I don't know what the rest
and
of it is.
Casey Jones.
Watch your speed.
Oh,
yeah, that's it.
Yeah. I saw that documentary they did on the Grateful Dead that made me feel horribly bad for Jerry Garcia.
Why?
Because I guess like by the time he was getting older and wanted to retire, he had so many people working for him. He felt like he couldn't because everyone's dependent. Yeah, and he like basically worked himself to death
On the
according to his
treadmill.
daughter. Yeah.
How rich was he?
That's a great question, actually.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, they gotta be. They've had hordes of fans following them around for years.
And with the touring, they make a lot of money from touring.
Yeah, but they may be the kind of band that's like, just charge $10.
Right.
At the time of his death, it says he was worth $15 million.
15.
Yeah, it should be more.
It's nothing.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, in that documentary, it talked about how like he was one of the few musicians that was very generous with what they earned for concerts.
Apparently, he had quite a few lawsuits against him. There were $50 million in claims against him.
For what? Does it say?
Let me see what it was. Something with his estate. Ungrateful Dead. The nightmare settling of Jerry Garcia's estate. Garcia's second wife.
Oh, that's where the problem. That's why you kill him. You don't divorce him.
Daughter, guitars, this, that, whatever. Yeah. So I don't know.
So he
exactly.
lost 50 mil and still had 15.
Yeah.
There you go. That seems more like it. Like you would think that he would have. And then the deal.
If you had $50 million in the 80s, that's a lot of money.
Right?
Yeah.
The deal with Ben and Jerry's. They mentioned that in here.
Yeah.
All right.
Delicious.
So ultimately, after 9 years, Garcia's third wife was able to reduce the $50 million in claims to only $700,000.
Wow.
But what could Garcia have done to prevent the chaos
lawyer.
in the first place? Yeah. So. Wow.
Yeah, like the documentary really paints him as like this really sweet guy, that started doing that electric Kool-Aid acid test stuff.
Yeah, that was.
And then it was just basically like they would get in an auditorium and somebody had a punch bowl of.
That's right.
That's
how they started the rave. That's the first rave.
It was like high C laced with acid, and everybody would drink some, and then the band would just play. And then they talk about how he accumulated all these musicians that just love music. They created the wall of sound.
After 2 shots of tequila and 4 Bud Lights, I can't play anymore.
Right?
I don't know how he was playing on acid with the missing tip of his finger.
Who knows how great it sounded? If everybody's on acid and you're playing to them, I would imagine it's a lot like from Super Troopers or what is the
Beer Fest?
Beer Fest. Whenever they show and he's got this beautiful girl and he's all handsome and suave and stuff, and then they cut to reality and he's got a beer case on his head and he's all drunk. It's Fat Monique and he's like, "You're so sexy, baby." Very different reality. Like if you're there and you're not on acid, you're like, these guys are terrible.
Yeah, that might be true too.
But yeah, I guess like he loved the music, and then like I said, as he got older, he wanted to retire, but felt like he couldn't. He was just obligated to all these people.
There are a lot of good music documentaries out there. The ZZ Top one is good.
Yeah.
They have Leonard Skinner is really good. The best is the Eagles. The history of the Eagles.
I would just say, hey guys, I'm giving you 2 years.
Right?
I got 2 years left in me. I can't do it anymore. I remember when Howard was talking about retiring, he said one of the things he was so concerned with is, what are all these people going to do? And I thought, all those people are like in their 40s, and most of them have made money off of you as it is. Let them worry about it on their own.
Yeah, it's not unfair.
No, but I mean, like if I was going to retire at the end, I'd be like, hey, I think at the end of my contract, I'm done. This way everybody can make their own plans,
Yeah, he was, from what I remember, I saw the documentary a couple of years ago, but it was very much like what you said, where he was kind of alluding to it. And then there was always somebody's wife was sick or somebody's kids needed something.
Yeah.
And then he just felt it too much where he was like, I gotta keep going.
Wasn't there times where Bruce Hornsby played with them and was he replacing someone or he just jump on with them? And then John Mayer, I think, toured with them for a while.
John Mayer still, I think, is touring with them. And that I might go see. I'd like to see John Mayer just playing guitar, not doing his songs.
Yeah, I would rather see John Mayer trio.
Dude, they are great in concert.
Doing that.
I don't want to see that either. I don't want to hear. Well, I mean, I maybe I do. I just want to see John Mayer wail out on his guitar.
That's a trio band. Yeah.
Do you remember when was it Stevie Ray Vaughan that he inducted he inducted somebody into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I believe it was Stevie Ray Vaughan, but he went up and was doing the speech and had his guitar on, and he goes, BB King, and started playing BB King licks, and then Albert King and all the Kings, and he was playing all the different licks, and then Stevie, of course, crazy. I believe it was Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'm not sure though.
He is amazing. You don't have to. I mean, his music's not bad, but you don't have to like his music to like his guitar playing. Same thing with Brad Paisley and Keith Urban. Keith Urban just shreds on the guitar. Ridiculous. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just never been a Dead fan, and I don't even think that it's like every once in a while. Like, I went to see Garth Brooks one time because I felt like I should see Garth Brooks, but I don't feel like I'd ever go see. Maybe if Jerry was still alive.
You said Brad Paisley. Another one is Vince Gill. Vince Gill's great guitar player. Yeah.
Vince Gill with the Eagles is a good fit.
Oh yeah, because he's such a fan, and that Prairie. What is the band that he was in?
Prairie League.
Yeah, they were very Eagles-like. Whenever he came out.
What, Carmen? I don't know if you still have it, but what was the song that you said was the Eagles hit from their biggest U.S. hit?
I do not have it.
In the City?
No.
Somebody. Because we all said no. It was the Queen song?
Yeah, somebody to love.
Yeah,
I don't even know it. I can't sing that in my head.
Me either.
Does anybody know?
Somebody to love was Jefferson Airplane.
Oh, that's right. That was. You're right.
1 second. I'm bringing it up right now. I just got to wait for the countdown.
Yeah, it was not one of the ones that you're like, okay.
But how is that their biggest U.S. hit?
I can't tell you why, maybe.
I can't tell. No, we know that.
The Eagles was Best of My Love.
Best of My Love.
Yeah. You get the best of my love.
No, that's not the Eagles.
Yeah.
No, that's Pointer Sisters.
Play a little Best of My Love.
Pulling it up.
Every night I'm like,
here we go. I got the remastered version. Here we go.
That was not.
In the City is my favorite Eagles song of all time.
Really?
I love that song.
Dude, I love Victim of Love is the greatest. It changes when it hits the chorus. It changes whatever. But the beginning of that is such a rocker. And the way they wait a full measure before the guitar solo starts, maybe one of the coolest things in the world.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
Today's news is brought to you by Pelt Shoes. Let's say you just got a keychain of Pap, and he's missing his feet. Oh no! You can go to Pelt Shoes and get some shoes for him. Listen, Pelts has everything you're looking for. You're not going to run into problems like something being delivered and it's the wrong thing, or you didn't even order it, or it might be perishable. Who knows? Whatever.
Yeah,
No.
Might be in my son's room.
Pelts has all the shoes right there in stock, ready to go for you. So whether you're looking for Nikes, you need some Crocs, you need some Hey Dudes, or you need some dress shoes. Maybe you need some fancy heels or some boots, or you need some stuff for the boat. They have it all right there at Pelts, and they have 6 locations throughout Pinellas, Sarasota, and Fort Myers. Stop into a Pelts today and make sure you tell them Galvin from the Mike Calta Show sent you. So tonight... I know you like surprises. Tonight is the night.
Yeah. I thought it was my computer. I was like, oh my God, what is happening?
Tonight is the night. You say it like Oprah because I associate Kamala Harris with that Oprah kind of like she speaks like Oprah.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna be president.
It depends on where she is and how she speaks.
Dude, it is so ridiculous.
Because sometimes she's like, I want to be your president, and then other times there's like, I want to be your president. There you go.
But I think a lot of people do that.
Dude, have you seen the cut of the of her talking about washing the collard greens?
Yeah.
Washing the collard greens in the bathtub, and then they cut to Robert Downey Jr. from Tropical Thunder. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah. All right. So tonight's the debate. What time? This is 2 nights in a row now. I'm gonna have to stay up till midnight.
So late. Yeah. So the first debate between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris is scheduled to take place tonight at the National Constitution Constitution Center in Philadelphia with less than 2 months until election. The rules for tonight's debate means that each candidate's microphone is only turned on when it's their turn to speak.
Boo.
There is no studio audience, and the candidates aren't allowed to talk to their staff during breaks or bring any notes with them.
How can you got to have some sort of like, hey, what do you guys send me a prep thing where she's the one that wanted the mics on?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I would have gone with that.
Both candidates are provided with only a pen, a pad, and a bottle of water. The debate starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight. It's going to air on
9.
It's going to air on ABC and stream on ABC News Live, Disney Plus, and Hulu, according to ABC. World News Tonight anchor and managing editor David Muir is going to be the anchor, along with Lindsay Davis, will serve as the moderators, according to ABC.
I can't understand why she would want to leave him on and he would want to take him off.
Because they want Trump to melt down.
To gaff, they want him to say something and be, on mic, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, she wants to say something that's going to, try and trigger him, and then he goes off, and then
listen to me. The thing that got him elected with these debates the first time around, he needs to have some sort of impact tonight. He needs to. I don't know. I don't even think him coming across presidential is going to help anything. I think he needs to come out like Trump the maniac in order to get his people fired up. I'm telling you.
I think the people in the middle don't like that.
I saw a video the other day. And it was I forget who the news guy was, whatever, but he said, for the final moments of the debate, we would like to play the song that each one of you picked that you said would describe the other person. That has Trump and Kamala Harris side by side, whatever. And then Trump does his shrug, whatever, and they go, we'll start with former President Donald Trump. Here's the song you said would describe Kamala Harris. And they go, hoochie mama, hoochie mama. And she's just looking over and making faces and shaking her head.
Think of so many people have said, man, if Trump would just stay off Twitter, if Trump would just stop saying crazy things, his policies are working.
I don't mean he should get out there and go, off the script.
Right.
He should just be Trump while he's doing it. Like people are wanting him to be Trump.
Trump fans want the entertainment factor.
Yeah, I do.
Where I think the people in the middle, they want to see presidential.
I don't know. I'm starting to feel like people are starting to see Trump as like their outlet to be angry at the man.
Yes,
almost.
I agree with that 100%.
I think that's why they would want him. And I agree with you. I think the people in the middle are kind of over it, but
because think of the Biden debate. Like Trump they were saying Trump, he kept his cool. He was focused on his policies and the things he's done, and just let Joe kind of hang himself. And everybody said Trump came away winning the debate in a landslide.
Yeah,
he didn't go crazy. He wasn't attacked. He
got him kicked out of the presidential.
If you think back, he didn't really attack Biden at all in that. He was just strictly going by what he had done during the Trump years. And when Joe would do something, be like, I don't even know what he's saying, but let me tell you what's going on. And he was very calm and collected, and that was a good look for him.
I hope he stays calm and collected, but I hope he says some stuff that's insane.
Yeah.
Like
so you just want the entertainment factor.
No. 100% want, but I also think that is what people want, somebody who's saying something that nobody's ever done before, like the whole Shane Gillis bit,
right?
When you could do that, I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, but at this point, we're 8 years into that. It's it's not very shocking anymore. It's just the old bag of tricks.
That's the
Trump.
thing. You gotta up it. I'm not saying he should parade out the hookers that not the hookers. I'm sorry, parade out the victims of Bill Clinton again. Like that was a good tactic the first time. But he should have some sort of. He's got to walk away a huge winner of this one.
How many times is he going to call her Kamala or Kamala?
Kamala.
Yeah. So many. Yeah,
that's so annoying to people.
It seems like Trump's campaign. They're constantly telling him stick to the script. Let their policies be what takes them down.
Also, I don't hate her. Like I'm saying this, like he's got to get her, but I don't hate her. I just I don't think I'd vote for her. I don't think she's done anything. And I think he's a little nuts. So who knows what's going to happen? My gut feeling tells me she's going to win. I still feel that way.
I feel like this debate would be a landslide win for him if he does what Dave Chappelle said he did in the first ever debate you saw him in, where he kind of shows everybody what's happening behind the scenes, and then just kind of goes, well, I'm still part of that club, but I just wanted you guys to know what they've been doing to you the past 4 years.
Yeah.
Tropical storm Francine is forecast to gain strength and become a hurricane in the western Gulf of Mexico ahead of a likely landfall in Louisiana on Wednesday. Storm surge, flooding rainfall, damaging winds, and tornadoes will impact Louisiana and other parts of the Gulf Coast and south. There's an issued hurricane watch for Louisiana coast from Cameron to eastward to Grand Isle. Meanwhile, sweeping tropical storm watches are in effect for High Island, Texas to Mississippi, Alabama border, as well as Mexico's Barra del Toro through the mouth of the Rio Grande. So it looks like it's staying away from us, though.
I was reading this thing. I don't want to jinx it. I'm going to say it low. I was reading this story yesterday. It said, what happened to all these big predictions that they made that all these hurricanes were coming? Spanish, you think we're deterring them or is we just getting lucky?
I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think they can control the weather ever since Volkswagen got sued by Mexico for redirecting hailstorms away from their lot of cars that they were putting out there that were just built. If Volkswagen can do it, there's no reason why governments couldn't do it.
You know why Volkswagen can do it?
Yep.
Remember when Trump said,
nuke, right? Or ice nuke or something?
Yeah. I want that.
Yeah.
Don't jinx it. We've been getting record flooding every day. There's people's houses underwater in South St. Pete.
Listen, my grass has never looked better. My grass is. I have a dead patch that is really not on my property. It's on in the back here that the sprinklers can't reach, and it's always looks and it's beautiful.
There are cars floating in Temple Terrace right now.
Mike's grass is green.
Yeah, it used to be called chemtrails, but now if you look it up, it's called cloud seeding.
I know. I haven't seen a chemtrail in the longest time.
Weird, right?
I used to see them a lot.
Yeah. Well, I forget which state it was. I want to say it was like Minnesota or Texas. Sued or not sued, but took them to court, and they passed a law where you can't do it anymore.
We never put seeds in the clouds.
Yeah.
Lionel sent me a text one time, and I could hear it in his voice. Michael, look outside. I can't do his voice. Look outside in the sky. You'll see a streak in there. They call it cloud seeding. And he just told me, and he's like, now there's cancer, and I don't want to hear this.
Mike, Gio?
Yes?
Are you ready to go back to Germany?
Yes.
I saw this.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers announced a new partnership Monday that'll expand the crew to Germany. The multi-year deal is with Discover Airlines, marking the first German market partnership in team history. We realize that a lot of fans in Germany, they like to travel and see other things, and Florida is probably one of the best places, Discover Airlines CEO said. For us, it's one of the most important destinations, but this story really starts 3 years ago when the Bucs granted the international home rights for the market of Germany. They then in 2022, the Bucs took on the Seattle Seahawks for the first ever NFL regular season game in Germany. Tampa Bay Buccaneers owner Brian Glazer said he is, after seeing German fans eager for NFL football, this multi-year agreement with Discover Airlines is the next big step in bringing German fans to the Tampa Bay area. And I would imagine Tampa Bay fans.
Listen, Gio and I told you we were amazed by how many fans they had there and how many Bucs fans. I still follow Buccaneer Deutschland, the Instagram. I mean, they loved football over there, and they love Brady, and I don't even think they had a specific team necessarily, but at that time, they all loved Tampa.
Yeah, there were so many Bucs fans. They were so just like high. They could not believe that they were going to get to see an NFL football game like at home.
Well, you saw even like over in Brazil how it was packed and they were all super excited about it. Like anything American is cool in a lot of other places. I know, we're bad, we're the worst and all that stuff, but people that enjoy sports want to see American football. They want to see that type of stuff. So it's a big deal.
When I told, you'd meet like locals, and when I told them that sometimes I skip going to the games because it's too hot, they looked at me like I was the biggest piece of garbage. Like they couldn't comprehend that I would have an opportunity to go to an NFL game and just casually just turn it down.
And then the fact that we used to be able to buy tickets day of, sit in the stands.
I live 10 minutes away. Been there 3 times.
Man, if we can go back, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be so much fun.
I will go back in a heartbeat. I'll pay whatever, and I'll go.
Now I've got places to stay there. I still have friends in Germany, and they literally said, if you ever come back, you just stay with us.
You're forgetting I'm the Tom Cruise of America in radio. So
Mike's
I'll be with
very
you.
famous.
Very famous.
Speaking of football, Miami-Dade police released the body cam footage of the cop who pulled Tyreek Hill out of the car after a traffic stop before yesterday's Dolphins game. Hill was pulled over for excessive speed. The police union says he was uncooperative. Hill's attorney says the police reaction was excessive.
But so correct me if I'm wrong, but he was speeding. And they went up to his car and he opened the door and they yanked him out of the car.
No. So,
okay. That's what I haven't seen.
Yeah. So they went up to the car. He didn't roll his window down and it's all blacked out and stuff. And so the cop's like knocks on his window and he
was on the phone with Drew Rosenhaus.
Yeah. Then he rolls his window down a little bit and he's yelling at him for knocking on his window. Like, don't touch my car. It's super expensive, all that type of stuff. And then he's just
being a dick.
He's being a bit of a dick and they're being a little over the top.
Okay.
I think both are in the wrong here. This is just a little bit of it. So you hear a little bit of the audio. There was a lot of cursing going back and forth. And then some of the video of him getting pulled out. But here we have it on Bone TV. Take a listen.
Hey, don't knock on my window like that, man. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Don't knock on my window. Why don't you have your seatbelt on? Knock on my window like that, though. Like what? Don't knock on my window like that. Why you have it up? Don't knock on my window like that. Why you have it up? I have to knock to let you know I'm here. That way you can lower it and talk to you. Just get my ticket, bro, so I can go. I'm finna be late, gang. Do what you gotta do. Keep it down. Hey. Keep your window down. Hey. Keep your window down. Keep your window down. I'm gonna get you out of the car. As a matter of fact, get out of the car. Give me that. Get out of the car. Give me that. Break that window. Get out of the car. I'm finna get out. Get out of the car right now. We're not playing this game. Get out. 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 Damn. What part of the fellas doing this? Hey, Drew. Hey, Drew. I'm getting arrested, Drew. I'm getting arrested. I'm getting arrested, Drew.
He's Drew now.
When we tell you to do something, you do it. You understand? You understand? Not what you want, but when we tell you. You're little you. I'm getting out, bro. Too late. Too late. All right, bro. Take me to jail, bro. Do what you gotta do, bro. We are. We will. Good, bro. It is good. Hey. Don't worry about it. I hung up the phone. Stop crying.
I'm on the cop side.
So, and then the other thing was whenever they get him up off the street there, and then they go to put him over on the sidewalk, and they go sit down over here, and they go to like sit him down, and he's like, "I just had surgery on my knee. I just had surgery," and then the other guy comes over and jams him down. He goes, "You need surgery on your ears."
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Right now, I would say 100% I'm on the cop side and all that. But now I watch all these videos where you don't have to roll down your window and you don't have to show your ID. So we're going to have Dom watch this when he comes in and tell us what went wrong.
Yeah, I can tell you. Like I said, I think he was being a little bit of a dick. They were being a little aggressive. Both sides, I think, could have handled this a lot smoother. Like if he
rolled down his window and said, "Hey guys, I'm sorry. I know I was speeding. I'm Tyreek Hill and I'm on my way to the Dolphins game and I'm running late," they would have been like, "All right, you're Tyreek Hill. Let us give you an escort there."
Well, like other players pull up right outside and they're like, "This is like Tyreek Hill. What are you doing? Why are you arresting him?"
Yeah, and they go, "Don't park there. Move back."
Yeah.
Didn't one of the coaches get in trouble too?
I don't know.
I heard in the press conference, I saw the coach of the Dolphins was talking about two of them getting in trouble.
Maybe you'll see these two more teammates that pull up next to him. Like, "What are you doing?" And he's telling him, he's like, call Drew back.
But here's the other thing is, cops don't need people pulling up whenever they're trying to arrest somebody.
I know, but they know who he had. You're driving a Ferrari and you're right by the stadium. You know you got a football player.
And you've never heard of a football player with a gun? You know what I mean?
I know, but
or the other players.
I know, but when's the last time you got a guy who's we're talking about a major superstar in the like Sapp was on a flight and some lady, but I forgot how it started, but some lady gave him a hard time and she was like, I am a Miami-Dade police officer, and when we land, I will have you arrested. And Sapp said, "Lady, I am royalty in Miami." He's right. He's like, "Good luck." He goes, "Who are you going to call?" And he started naming off like the chief of police and all this stuff. So, Tyreek Hill being, they know what they're dealing with. They know who they have. They know what's going on. They're being a little bit.
And I agree, but also you don't need other people pulling up and doing that stuff because then the cops are like, "Hey, what's going on here? We don't need anybody coming up and doing anything." And plus, big dudes, football players, and stuff, and who knows what they have. And
like, do you legally have to roll down your window in Florida?
Well, you know what? We'll ask Dom all these questions when he's
because
here.
He knocks on the window, he rolls it down, and then he rolls it back up.
They have to be able to see inside, and if his windows were so tinted and they couldn't see anything,
he's like, why aren't you? First he goes, why aren't you wearing a seatbelt?
Yeah,
and that's when Tiger goes, don't knock on my window like that.
Yeah, but if he said to him, your windows have a legal tint, and I need for my safety to be able to see where your hands are.
Yeah,
he might have had, but he didn't. He was just being a dick back to him.
Yeah, I don't know what the law is.
Yeah, because we'll have to ask Tom because you've seen people at the DUI checkpoints where they just put their license up to the window, and the cops like roll it down. And he goes, I can hear you. I can hear you fine from here.
Is it illegal to be a dick? I don't know.
Yeah,
no, it's not illegal to be a dick. So I found out for sure that you can curse out the cops and all that stuff.
Oh wow!
But you have to. There are certain hiccups. There's certain things you have to cooperate with.
Yeah,
you have to. I think you have to give them the. No, you don't. I don't know. In some, I don't know. We'll let Dom.
Yeah,
we'll go over this.
I've seen some of those videos too that they don't have to do. I don't know what the hell
Depends
the
on
law
the state
is.
before for them to have to be able to stop and ask you ID
for your ID. Yeah, but like I watch all those videos of how to get out of the DUI checkpoint, and they're all just hold up their stuff to the window and say, "Don't ask any questions,"
right?
Because they're not being accused of a crime, so they can't be detained.
Yeah.
So, and in this case, I don't know. He is being accused of a crime. They have him speeding, so I don't know how the law changes there. We'll find out. I'm sure there's cops listening to the show right now going, "These idiots don't know what they're talking about."
Yeah. I love that when Tyreek Hill scored an 80-yard touchdown, he put his hand on his back like he was being arrested.
It was great.
4 out of 5 American travelers are fine with the use of biometrics, which is the face and fingerprint scans at the airport security, as long as it gets them there faster. They're like,
listen, we're afraid of the advancement of technology. It's the same thing with AI and all that stuff. But think about it. When you come through customs, when you're getting off a boat on the cruise, it's the worst possible thing you can do because you have to go through customs. You have to take the chance of them opening your stuff and looking in your bag. You have to show them your passport, declare what you bought. Now, you just walk right through. You don't even have to stop. You just walk right through, and they face scan you that you came in.
And the people that are like, oh, don't do that. Don't let them face scan you. Don't let them do anything. You know that your phone has it. You have a driver's license. You have all these different things that's already done.
That told you 20 years ago that the iPhone was no good. And, people are just afraid of technology. Do I think that they're capturing all that stuff, and now they have your DNA, and you're like, they do.
Yeah, we all
know
did,
what's happening.
We all did 23andMe.
Right.
We all have a driver's license. We all have, done the iPhone thing where you open it with your face and do all that stuff. So it's like
giving up our rights in exchange for convenience.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I love that how like the media and politicians always spin it as people don't want their face recognition because they think the biometrics are going to get stolen and they don't want people to have their identity. Meanwhile, that's the same. The Department of Justice hired a third-party company to comb through the internet and collect everybody's photos that they have on all social media for their biometric database. When I think it's more, they don't want to acknowledge the fact that when you look at other countries right now that use biometrics, it just gives government easy access to bank accounts, social media, if you want to buy a home. So,
I feel like I have an extra piece of security with that because my eyes are so squinty that the facial recognition doesn't work with me until I go like this.
That's not how it works.
Carmen, I can't open my phone until I go.
Sometimes when I put on makeup, my phone doesn't recognize me.
Wow. It's like, we don't want to know that bitch.
Yeah. They're like, where's the ugly bitch?
Wow.
It's true.
Why is it when he calls you ugly bitch, you laugh? And when I do it, I'm the worst guy in the world.
I set him up for it. Yeah. You go fishing for it.
No.
And it was funny, and she knows I don't mean it.
Yeah, it's fish in a barrel.
Globally, 45% of doctors have suffered sexual harassment from patients.
I see that. I could see that totally.
Including
Ew.
52% of female doctors and about 34% of male doctors.
I grab Dr. D's package every time.
yeah.
Hey, what's up? What's this?
But you always say about how you don't want a hot female doctor checking stuff. And
I don't want any female doctor checking stuff. Yeah.
But do you think guys are like, you like that? You like that?
Dude,
That's good, right?
I had a skin tag removed.
Oh, sexy.
No, it gets worse. It was in between my ball sack and my leg.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was this, I had named it and everything. It was Derek. It was so big, and I went in there and I go, "Can I get this removed?" And Dr. D was like, "Yeah, let me see it." And I opened up my leg. I had my underwear on, but I opened up my legs and I showed it. And he's like, "Can you?" And the girl goes, "Do you want me to leave?" And I go, I'm not embarrassed. I just feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want you to have to see this. You know? And she's like, I see it all the time. I go, this one's really bad. It's gross. But it's gone now. Derek's been gone for a while.
When I went in for my skin stuff last year, I went to Dr. D, and he was with another physician who was a young, beautiful woman, and I was just like, what? Please no. Please,
yeah.
God,
it doesn't
no.
help that he's got all these hot chicks that work there. What are you guys doing today? Or we're lancing a thing on his back, and pus is going to come out. You want to come watch? Okay.
Yeah. Dr. D was like, "Can you take your shirt off? I want to see all your open wounds." And I was like, "Okay, that's how we're starting. All right. Okay.
What's your name, pretty?
Yeah.
This, I think we all knew this, though. A study found fitness trackers aren't as accurate as people think, and that includes counting steps. Whoa. It says if it says you took 10,000 steps, that real number could be anywhere from 9,000 to 11,000. Yeah, and I know this because I use a tracker whenever I run, but then my phone also has its own tracker, and they're always different.
Oh, really?
They're always different.
By a lot, or like
quite a bit.
Really?
Well, they had a study that came out and that said that like Apple Watches, it increases your calorie burned or your burned calories, however you say that, by like 50%.
Wow.
Yeah.
So if it says you burned 200 calories, you probably only burned 100.
I burned 720 calories yesterday.
Yeah, probably not.
I always just round up.
I stand with you, GL.
God damn it.
I'm trying to look at the difference between the ones on here, what it was for this other day. So
one of my favorite stories of one of the Apple Watches is my buddy may or may not have been going to another one of his buddy's places and doing booger sugar at night and hiding it from his significant other.
Is his brother Mark?
No, this is a friends I no longer hang out with.
Booger sugar brother Mark?
Yeah. And his wife caught on because he came home one morning and she was like, "Why is your heart rate skyrocketing from noon till 4 o'clock in the morning?" Yeah, and he was like, "I don't know, just hanging out with the dudes, just hanging out."
Listen, I'm not really hiding anything from my wife. When she wanted to get that Life 360, that's where we can keep track of the kids on their iPhones and stuff. I didn't get on that because then you could track me everywhere you go, and I just didn't want that to happen. I mean, it's not like I'm going anywhere bad, but whatever. But if I certainly don't want her to be able to track my heart rate.
I know, right?
Yeah. What if I was out? I don't know, just banging some pitbull toddler groupie and my heart rate started going up and it alerted her your husband is having...
That's how that news anchor found out her boyfriend, who was also a news anchor,
This is the same time every day.
and it was going up at like 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So the one tracker says that I did 5.63 miles, and then the other tracker, same day, same run, everything, says I did 4.26 miles.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's over a mile.
Which one's right?
The further one.
Yeah.
The authorities in Baltimore have arrested a 67-year-old man for stealing traffic speed cameras. So the cameras that get you and stuff. It's unclear what his motive was. He did get a citation for speeding, but it was after the theft started.
So he was just trying to destroy them. He could have just destroyed them, but he was trying to steal them.
Yeah, he was stealing.
Probably
Vigilante
saw potential
justice.
too. I think he was like, I'm gonna sell that.
Probably. I don't know what computer chips they have, but I bet those computer chips.
Do you think he was thinking about computer chips?
I don't know. Have you been following that
By the way,
Nvidia
did
stock?
you not love my impression?
That was pretty good.
Ready? Almost steal them. Thank you.
Who's that?
That's the thief.
Almost steal them. He looks at the camera.
He's from Baltimore. It's not very good Baltimore.
It was excellent Baltimore. I've seen The Wire.
Yeah.
Almost steal that.
You should.
By the way,
Almost
if you're
do it.
not following Stavi, the comedian Stavi, he, from Baltimore, and he's a Ravens fan, but he does like a very Baltimore character whenever the Ravens lose. Emmett Fellas out to get us. They're the guy's foot on the thing. They used AI to make his foot longer and made it over the line. And he's so funny.
He's nuts.
By the way, did you see him in Cheeto in the new commercial?
I did, yeah.
For what? Fireball, I think it is. Right?
I can't remember. But
I think it's
could-
Fireball because he shaves his eyebrows off and he.
I looked at it and I was like, "Oh, look at Santino in a commercial." And my wife goes, "That's the guy from Tires." Sombros, yeah.
Dude, his last special was great. It was really funny.
Who?
Stavi.
Really?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
He's so funny.
Everybody's got these specials coming out, and there's so many places to see them now. You miss them.
I think
Tomorrow,
it was Netflix. Was that-
tomorrow, Greg Fitzsimmons is going to be on the show. I think his is on YouTube.
YouTube. I watched some of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. He's always
so
funny. Yeah. Today is National TV Dinner Day.
Oh, you don't know the TV dinner.
I've only had
You
a
don't
Hungry
know
Man
TV.
a couple of times.
But in aluminum or in what?
No, this,
so that's
yeah.
that's newer technology where you can microwave. You used to have to put them in the oven.
See, I've only had the Hungry Man that you could microwave. I've never had the oven Hungry Man.
I got to tell you, you can go to all these different restaurants and do all the different stuff. Hungry Man, Salisbury steak. It's pretty
Salisbury
good.
steak,
bad.
little turkey with brown
Yeah.
gravy,
Pretty goddamn
What's
good.
bad?
little cobbler in the corner,
Yeah.
some peas. Oh man, you get on it, set it up on a TV tray and watch Jeopardy while you're eating dinner. Fantastic.
Perfect.
Living single, baby.
Yeah.
Good.
Speaking of food, how about this? Red Lobster is leveraging election season to announce their Cheddar Bay biscuits are running for office.
bro.
No, but listen, it gets good. To unite all parties, at least for dinner. They have a promotion where if you go to Red Lobster and scan the QR code, you're entering a chance to win 4 years of free Red Lobster.
Okay.
All right.
Did they just go out of business?
Yeah, close them all.
They were having a little bit of problems, but lucky for us, Flavor Flav came in and ordered some crabs. So
All
now
right.
I think we're good. But 4 years of free Red Lobster, which includes the Cheddar Bay biscuits. So really, 4 years of Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Now keep in
4
mind,
more years.
4 years.
the last time that they did a big promotion, they almost lost the business by doing
Yeah.
the regular crab legs.
Yeah.
So these promotions aren't that good. The guys gonna be like, "What do you mean we got to feed this guy for 4 years?"
I feel like Red Lobster's on life support. They're-
Yeah,
Red
man.
By the way,
Yeah.
4 more years if we're open.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me ask you this. Everybody's had pizza.
Oh yeah.
How long can you leave pizza out and still eat it?
Oh,
All
Full
day.
24 hours? you're
24
saying?
hours.
More.
24 hours. More than 24 hours.
yeah.
24.
Safely, I'm saying.
Just, let me just tell you this.
So we're clear about
Before you
this.
make your decision, let me just tell you this. We had a house in Long Beach Island when I was in my early 20s, and we got a full pizza, nailed it to the wall, and cut out of the box arms and made a clock out of the pizza. And it was like 6 o'clock on the wall. That pizza stayed there for 3 weeks and did not. It just hung on the wall. It was all dry and cold, but it stayed there for 3 weeks. So
But to eat it.
I'm just saying it
Afterwards.
survives.
Yeah.
Right. But to eat it afterwards, Carmen's saying 24. Spanish is saying more than that.
I would say 24. Within that 24, you're safe.
It has to be covered, like maybe still in the box closed.
I disagree.
I'm
I have
just on the counter.
gotten a pizza, eaten a slice, left the pizza out, got up the next day and ate out of that
Yeah.
pizza box.
Okay.
But for safely,
Right.
I would say 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
What?
But I'm saying safely. I'm saying with science and everything, 30 minutes. I'm saying
it's science.
Right,
Sorry,
but
doctor.
Wow.
But I am saying for me personally, I'll go 24. But with the science, they're
You're
going to
saying
say
for the story.
for the story, it's going to be 30
Alright.
minutes.
A new study shows that a pizza left out for 6 hours is still relatively
Oh, yeah.
safe for
Yeah.
eating.
Okay.
Yeah.
The pizza tested sitting out after 12 hours found significant amount of mold taking over the food.
No.
Oh, I'd still eat
Good
it.
for
yeah,
you.
that mold's
Yep.
like blue cheese,
Yeah,
man.
it's good for you.
Probably
You know
on
what I
the
mean?
cheese and yeah.
I know sometimes you'll get the slices in the windows at the pizzeria and they've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, yeah.
They made those this morning.
Right.
Yeah, but they're under a heat lamp most of the time.
It kills the mold.
In my mind, it does.
Yeah, but I mean, I would agree. I think you can go 24 hours. You have
easily.
pizza, party, whatever, wake up the next day. I don't know whether necessarily 12 hours at least, whatever.
I wouldn't say keep your pizza on the counter, but if you did, I don't think it's a big deal.
Right.
Why do
My
we gotta do
wife-
so many pizza stories?
Yeah.
My wife wants to throw away food. She took out some stuff out of the refrigerator the other day. She goes, "Look at this meat. This meat looks good." I go, "That meat looks fine." And she's like, "Well, I'm not gonna eat it. I'll eat it. Leave it there." And then she's like, "And this chicken." I go, "This chicken, the expiration date didn't even come. She does not want to keep anything."
Yeah, I don't like to keep things very long.
Really?
Either. Yeah, I'm
That's
very
crazy to me.
particular. Maybe 24 hours in the fridge and I'm done.
I'm pretty good as long as it's wrapped, whatever. But I also, definitely do the smell test. And
Wait a second, 24 hours for meat in the refrigerator?
Yeah.
Oh man, we've had them in there like 4 days.
No, I mean, like
He
after,
also doesn't like garlic shrimp.
after
He's
it's
a
cooked.
weirdo.
Yeah, I won't eat leftovers for after one day.
Really?
Yeah.
Too many leftovers as a kid. Now you're resentful, right?
Yeah.
That's probably.
I mean, I would think like I can't throw away leftovers because of my childhood. You would think that guy sleeps on the porch, would be like, I got to get covered everything.
No, I'm figuring it's just like moldy and gross bacteria.
I don't have
Infested.
any. Yeah, my wife, I looked in there and I go, "There's some shredded chicken that you look like you made in the crock pot." She goes, "Yeah, I don't know if you could eat that." I go, "Why?" She's like, "It's from Friday." I go, "Today's Monday." I go, "Of course I could eat it." Now Gio's got me second guessing.
Yeah, there's no way I would eat that.
Really?
No,
you're
next
nuts.
day, probably 24 hours.
I'd eat it. I've eaten
you're fine.
stuff that's so old.
Oh, dude, I found a cannoli in my refrigerator one time that was probably a month. I was in the back and I went, "What?"
You gave us like pork butt one time that we had in the fridge, and for some reason it got pushed way back and into a corner. And like 2-3 weeks later, I found it. It's still in the bag, and I went, "Ooh, pork butt!"
Yeah,
I warmed
it's
it
all
up,
one
ate it.
piece.
It was delicious.
Yeah, but it was all
cold.
gray looking, weird.
Shortly after, I started to lose my hair and got pustules. But
Yeah.
Don't you feel like once you put it in the air fryer or the oven, it just killed everything?
Yeah. Put a bunch of salt on it. It's cured.
sad news yesterday. James Earl Jones died yesterday. He was 93 years old. Long life. He was, of course, the voice of Darth Vader in Star Wars and Mufasa from The Lion King. He also played Eddie Murphy's dad in Coming to America and a ton of other things. This is CNN. That's him. He was in Field of Dreams. He was in
Sandlot.
Patriot Games and all those stuff. Yeah, I mean, he was in a ton of stuff. Great actor and dead at the age of 93.
I think he was definitely way better of a voice guy than an actor. Like he was the same character in every.
No, I don't think. I mean, I disagree because, like, think of him as Terrence Mann in Field of Dreams, and like that speech and stuff, and then think of him in like Patriot Games, or think of him in different stuff.
That's more what I think of him. Like he's the executive, like the older,
right?
I don't know. I don't think he's bad. I'm just saying I don't think he was great.
The King of Zamunda.
That's the first thing.
Yeah. King of Zamunda and obviously the voice of Darth Vader, which he did. And did you know it? David Prowse, the guy who played Darth Vader, did not know that they were dubbing his.
Yeah,
Have you ever seen any of the video of him before they dub it?
It's very awkward.
Yeah, he didn't know they were dubbing his voiceover.
He did all the lines in the mask and everything for the whole movie. He didn't find out until like the premiere.
And James Earl Jones didn't get paid much for that, for Darth Vader's voice for the first one, whatever. But at the time, he said it was a lot of money.
He got him for Empire Strikes Back.
The last couple of years, they just digitally do his voice for all the Darth Vader stuff.
Yeah,
it's all AI and stuff.
Really, I just imagine he canned a bunch of stuff. I mean, he
said so much. Like when they did Rogue One, there were Darth Vader scenes.
Yeah,
and a lot of that was computer generated voice. Yeah,
that's pretty.
Because they've got him saying everything. So
famous for saying "This is CNN." How much did he get paid for that?
$500.
I know.
$1,000.
Galvin?
He didn't get paid anything, right? Because they took it, but then he didn't initially though, because he said it and did it, and then they started running it, and then they were like, "Hey, you gotta pay us for that."
So no. They got him to record it in a hotel, in an airport hotel, and he recorded it for them. And he said, "I remember doing it, but I don't remember getting paid for it." And then they did research on it, and they showed that they paid him $2,000.
Oh man!
So
they've been using it for 50 years.
For the voice of Darth Vader, he got paid $7,000.
Wow!
For the first Star Wars.
Yeah.
At the time, he thought that was really good money. He was
That's
like,
a lot of lines in the first
77.
one.
George Lucas played both David Prowse and James Earl Jones for that movie.
I don't know that he. Would you say he played them or paid them?
Played them.
Yeah,
like
don't know that they are in, their whole thing was to use James Earl Jones. I think that they saw the movie and they were like, we got to do something with the voice.
Okay,
He's
that
not
makes sense.
menacing
That
enough.
makes sense.
Yeah. So they dubbed it on.
Yeah, you can find the clips on the internet with David Prowse doing the voice.
That's so
with his
crazy.
English accent.
It's really weird.
Poor guy.
It is. It's so weird.
The scene of Darth Vader at the end of Rogue One is one of my favorite Darth Vader scenes.
Oh, yeah.
Of all time.
Yeah.
So with the death of James Earl Jones, somebody gets some points.
Oh.
Spanish gets 57 points, which moves him into second place. He passed me with James Earl Jones there. So I have 141. Spanish now has 191. Mike Calta in the lead with 313 points.
Master
and
of that.
possibly some more points coming your way. Harvey Weinstein was rushed to the hospital for emergency heart surgery.
The old ticker.
Yeah. So you have Harvey Weinstein this year.
His wrinkly old, sexually aggressive ticker is on its way out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, all these mob movies, all the mobsters always say the same thing. Paulie from Goodfellas, his worst fear was dying in jail. Didn't want to go to jail and die in jail. Can you imagine Harvey Weinstein, what his life was like before?
Oh, I know,
private jets and forget the girl stuff. The private jets, the making $1 billion decisions, all the food, all the luxury, all the people that work for you. Now you're in jail with a bad heart.
Yeah.
Oh, and have been for years, and nobody cares about you. And the people who do talk about you talk nothing but bad things.
And on the outside, everywhere you went, people falling all over to try and help you out and get stuff for you and maybe get a table and a private room and do this and that. Now it's like, get in the shower, idiot, and put those flip-flops on.
Probably doing some gay stuff.
Yeah. Does anybody else think it's weird that he was in perfect health and then ever since he went to prison and they were asking
I think
him
it's
about
kind of like being the president where once they get elected, their hair goes gray.
Yeah.
But
I think when
also-
you're in jail, it just steady decline.
but he's
Also,
not like-
what is your definition of perfect health? He was a fat old man.
That man
Yeah,
was
but I
like a
mean-
human skin tag
And
in a suit.
you're a fat old man that they put in the most highest pressure situation in the world. You have everybody in the world that hates you, and now you're in prison. Stress and everything else, as you know, can cause a lot of problems.
I don't disagree, but I also know like a lot of people. The only reason I bring this up is because this is a Reddit conspiracy theory or working theory where they have a lot of interviews of inmates that have gone to prison for similar things as Weinstein at a similar age, and none of them seem to have really crazy health ailments like Weinstein does. So the question is always, what does he know? Are they doing something to him?
I think if they wanted to kill him, they just kill him or do whatever and stuff. I think he's just a fat old man that's in prison and stress and everything, and probably not the greatest food.
My
and
back!
everything else. Yeah, exactly.
He'd be easy to kill in prison.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
for sure. Yeah.
Excuse me, guys. We have to interrupt this.
Here we go, Bone Fam. The Bone Bonus. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine. Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
Mood. Yes, this hour's keyword is mood, MOOD. Head over to the 1025 The Bone app now and enter mood before 30 minutes past the top of the hour, and that $1,000 Bone bonus could be yours.
Good luck. Go do it right now.
Also, don't forget, if you did do that and you get a phone call from a number that you don't recognize, it could be them saying, hey, listen, you're winning the money, so answer the phone call. A lot of people are kicking to the voicemail, and then
They just showed the most amazing video. It was a guy on a motorcycle following a truck, and they were going over a bridge. The truck just went boom, and the whole bridge just collapsed. Right, and the guy on the motorcycle just stopped and looked around. The whole bridge just fell apart. Sorry.
Carmen.
Yes.
Tyrese Gibson.
Yes.
What do we think of him?
Hot.
Yeah.
You remember the best Tyrese story ever? It was Kate Quigley throwing up in his house.
Oh man,
Was that him? That wasn't him.
It was Tyson Beckford.
yeah.
Somebody
The
else.
better looking.
Yeah.
Tyrese Gibson was hauled into jail for owing $73,000 in child support. Yeah.
How horrible of a human being are you to ignore your children and then let it accumulate up to $73,000
To where they have to arrest you.
Yeah.
He still owes the money.
Yeah.
He was released, but he still owes the money.
Well, I mean, he was released because they had to arrest him, get it on record, and then they let him out. But what?
Is that why they do that? to people that owe child support is that when they arrest them now, like legally, it's on record that they definitely owe.
Well, he's probably got a court date coming up now to determine whether or not he's going to pay that or he's going to go back to jail. I mean, the same thing if they picked you up on suspicion of something, arrested you, and then they'd have to let you go after a certain amount of time. But I mean, it's not like you committed a murder. And then he'll have a court date coming up, and they'll determine whether or not he has to pay that or however it works out. I don't know the story. The guy could be dealing with a horrendous woman and who won't let him see the kids or whatever. I don't really have any idea.
But he'll always have to pay that, even after the kid turns 18 if he didn't.
Well, I always wondered.
Arrears.
I always wondered why they arrest you over child support instead of like fining you or making you pay more.
You're already not
doing
paying
it.
Well, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
What are they going to make you not pay more?
Yeah, I guess that's a good point. I guess,
they'll take your driver's license.
Yeah,
and they'll garnish your wages.
Yeah.
I know people who are having their wages garnishing. Yeah, where they'll just take it out of their paycheck. And it'll definitely happen with him because what they'll probably do is stop him from future earnings, whatever he's earning now for the future. They'll take it until they get their $73,000. I don't know what he does or what he's worth or if he's got that kind of money.
Fast and Furious. Baby.
I know, but you know, $73,000 is a lot of money, Carmen. And if all he had was Fast and Furious. And, you know, if it says now he's worth $5 million, $2 million, so $2 million. So that thing says I'm worth $2 million.
Okay.
Yeah, I know worth more than that.
Yeah, I know.
I got 13 refrigerators. But seriously, if $2 million in a celebrity net worth is not a lot of money, think of that. That money's probably in his cars and his house. You know, probably doesn't have that $73,000 laying around where he could just write that check. Now, it's not saying he doesn't owe it and he's responsible for it. He just blew it off. So he probably didn't have it, so he had to go to jail.
And living in LA, your house, $2 million, whatever, is not $2 million house.
No. I'll never forget. Bert's house was $2 million. His first one that he had, and that thing was just a mediocre house in an okay neighborhood with a Starbucks behind him. You know what I mean? Like it was nothing great. It was $2 million.
Yeah,
and that was before they put in the what do they call that thing? The pad in the back. The man cave.
Yeah.
Before they had the man cave and the pool and all that stuff, it was just a house, and it was $2 million. And I thought that's crazy.
What about his house now?
His house now is probably about $20 million.
Yeah, a little bit different. That is a situation where my son, how I adopted him was because his biological father was in arrears, and we had to take him to court and do all this stuff. And then I met with him outside and said, "Listen. He lives with me. I'm paying for everything. You pay the arrears. That's money that you owe. You have to do that, whatever. But if you allow me to adopt him, you don't have to pay anything moving forward." And he said, "Let me think about it." And then he came back like
Pretty
a week
good
later
deal.
and said, "Yeah."
I mean, listen to me. It's a great deal for you because
I bought my son.
And how old is he then?
He was probably 10, maybe
and how
11
old?
or something.
And how old is he now?
23.
Okay, and you've been a way better father than he. You've been a great father, but you've been a way better father than he would have ever had if he had any contact with him. So it definitely was a good deal. But I'm telling you right now, could you fathom walking away from that? Like, I don't understand that. I just don't like having a kid. Now that somebody would say to me, well, I don't know, for any reason, I don't know, it just blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Finally, in news, there is a conversation online where people are talking about words that visibly look the most beautiful. Okay? So words that look the most beautiful. You know what one of the top ones is?
No.
Boob.
Oh.
Boob
Very
looks like boobs.
Yeah.
Boob looks like boob.
Symmetrical,
yeah.
Funny, another one that looks like the name is bed.
Yeah.
Bed. If you use lowercase,
Yeah.
it looks like bed. Even when it's capitalized, it looks like it, but it does, whatever. Some of the other ones, they say most beautiful looking words, Ohio.
Well, I don't understand. I get why they look like cute little funny things, but I don't know what's beautiful about Ohio.
I don't know. Velvet.
That just sounds beautiful.
Yeah, but
Sounds
it's got
nice.
the double V's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see some of the other ones. Joe, I think you'll like this one. Elixir.
Oh, I do like that.
yeah.
That was a good one.
Minimum is another one. Bassoon. Psychedelic.
So they like a lot of double consonants.
Yeah, it looks like, Kaleidoscope.
Oh.
If Velvet is in there, is Velveeta in there by any
No,
chance?
Velveeta
Wait.
is not in here. By the way, one of the best to use to make a dip.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Listen to me. You want something? Here you go. Velveeta, melted down, taco meat, Rotel, put it in, chips,
Bam.
dip, bang. There you go.
Damn.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Is cellar door in there?
Cellar door? No, cellar door is not in here.
Ranchada.
No. Restroom.
Kaleidoscope, cliffhanger.
Oh.
Colonoscopy.
No.
Yeah.
And that's eloquent. There's another one.
I like
It's in there.
eloquent.
Awkward. It says it actually looks awkward.
Yeah.
This is dumb.
But yeah, there you go. So those are some of the words. Boob, I agree with.
Yeah.
Boob always looks nice. Boob even looks good on a calculator.
Yeah, it does.
Mike. Oh, it's very loud. Very loud. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to touch on the border crossing. How to the quickest way to get across it.
What border are you talking about?
So you guys mentioned something earlier. I guess I've been on hold for so long. I apologize, and now I'm nervous. So my bad.
No, you're right. I don't recall us talking about the border
with IDs and stuff.
So-
Is that what you're talking about?
So
All right, you need to regroup and call back. You're blowing my mind.
Wow.
There's too much.
I hope you don't have to do a presentation at work.
All right.
I feel like I woke him up.
And with the next presentation, Ernie, you want to get up there? Now? Oh, boy.
I feel like I walked into his bedroom, woke him up, and said, "Quick, talk about border crossing." All right, we got to take a break anyway. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Even for that guy, if he wants to call back.
You guys' job's so easy. You just sit around and
All right. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone.
I got to tell you, guys slipped one past the goalie.
What's that?
I just had a chance to check my social media. I didn't do the rule for Sporle.
Oh, damn.
I still have the rule.
Yeah.
I still have the rule. You were going for 3 in a row. But
No, I think I doubled you.
No. Does anybody remember that?
Remember somebody called in and said, "Didn't Mike just double Galvin?" We went back and counted it.
Yeah, I think the rule got canceled.
Yeah.
No, we checked that at Universal, and that was not the case.
Yeah, that's not.
I tried.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
What's the rule?
I got it.
The rule is you have to say something negative about one of the other players and then something positive about me.
I love that rule.
And it doesn't necessarily have to be the same thing. You know, it's just, well, you good for it? We good to go? You want to make
I think
it?
we should.
I mean,
I'm not mad at it.
Get a vote.
I know.
right.
I know.
all right, well then let's do the rule. Let's go. Who's up?
It's something nice about you and something bad about the other one.
Yeah, you can start bad first and then positive for me.
Galvin, you have awesome Viking
Okay,
hair.
got it backwards.
What happened?
I said you can start bad first,
Yeah.
and then go good for me.
No, I don't want to start. I want to start good.
all right.
Galvin, you have awesome Viking hair.
Thank you.
Spanish? You're a gross, dirty Puerto Rican.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my God.
That is a vicious attack.
I mean, it's
It's
for the game.
personal.
It's for the game.
Oh, all right. That's fair.
You're allowed to say something about me.
I have nothing but nice things to say.
Well, not in this case.
Michael.
Hello.
Oh Jesus! What are you calling in to talk about border crossing?
It helps when I dead stare him.
Michael, you have not worn shoes in a very long time in here.
negative.
I mean, that's very
Still
negative to
wearing,
me.
wearing shoes right now.
Are you really?
Yeah. Every day I wear shoes in here.
They're slides. They're slides. Michael, you have a gross toenail. Galvin?
Excuse me. I'd like to point out, thanks to Dr. Cloris.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My gross toenail is no longer gross. It's
All
not
right.
even long.
You're
All
only
right.
two now.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
You know
Here
what?
we
Can
go.
we just, Gio, you go. Circle back.
All right.
Spanish.
Yep.
You smell like you haven't showered in 9 days.
Oh.
Might be true.
Galvin.
Yeah.
You always smell refreshing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, my deodorant actually says fresh on it.
Yeah, we can tell.
All right. All right.
Carmen?
I don't do this.
it's fun though.
Yeah, you go anyway. Go anyway.
Oh, okay. Spanish. You eat too many donuts.
True.
Galvin, You look like you taste like a donut.
I'm telling Chatty Daddy.
Yeah.
What?
Carmen, you want to get glazed?
Oh my God!
All right.
Joe?
Gio, you do not look like you work out. Galvin, your calves speak volumes about your work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Very nice.
We should do this every day. Show exercise.
Great game.
Spanish, you want to try again?
Yeah.
All right.
Spanish, you have terrible hair. Galvin, wow, so much hair still into your old age. Amazing.
Excellent. Back around. Applesauce.
I'm not a fan of the old age comment you made.
Well, sorry, I didn't mean that.
By the way, I would like to point out some people sent me some stuff to the station about Vader, and so JoJo forwarded it to me, and JoJo put on the envelope, Galvin Super Calves.
It's true.
Give me a little nickname in there. I was
We
like,
have the nicest audience.
yeah, we really do. That was very nice.
Yeah.
Everybody who sent stuff.
Sometimes.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I could tell you, I could name the dicks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I could tell you who the guys are. I could tell you, I'm not going to say on the air because I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I'll tell you who the most annoying ones are.
Oh.
And
Do they have bad breath?
no, I was talking about social media wise, but yes, there's Marine Rob is the worst. Yeah, like it seems like sometimes the ones who like you the most are the ones that are the most.
Yeah.
Like I want to choke them out.
There were a couple back in March that I actually thought were, like, I considered friends that said some real heinous stuff to me when I was gone. Like, people that I thought, like, were actual close friends of mine.
Why? I need to like.
I don't want to say on air.
Come on. Yeah, this is what we do.
Well, yeah, like close, like I had conversations with them through you remember Lou from Lou's Mobile Detailing?
Yeah,
like he was a real dick to me when all that stuff happened.
Why? What
yeah,
happened?
dude, he was like. He just sent me a message on Instagram. He was like, "You deserve to get fired," and I was like, "Well, I didn't get fired, and I thought we were cool, but sorry if I did something to you."
That's mean. That's a little.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
It's a hell of a car.
He
though.
cleans the car so good.
So good.
He does an amazing job. Yeah.
Who else?
That's it off the top of my head.
You know what? You brought this up. It made me think of something. I need a pool guy, not that cleans pools.
I'm your man.
No, you're not. You don't know nothing about pools.
I am a pool.
He'll put a hose in his mouth and go down there.
Yeah.
No, listen. My pool. I had Dino come out and check it out. My pool equipment, my filter and all that stuff is there's power going to it, but it's not going on. Dino said it could be a relay switch. He doesn't know. He doesn't know anything about pool equipment. I need a pool company that does it. My pool company only cleans the pools, so they don't know anything about the equipment. So I need a pool company. If you're a pool company, will you email me, mike@theboneonline.com, and Lutz that you can come check it out?
What
you
about
know
the
a pool
guy? Well, there was the guy that tried to get the dead body out of Love Tiger's pool.
I mean, I don't know if he's in Spring Hill, though. You know what I'm saying? And
But I
I'm
mean,
not,
if he can handle that, he
Right.
can handle anything.
I have not crapped in my pool. No one has crapped in my pool.
Yeah.
Ever. I just I just need to, because like my little waterfall isn't working and the filter system isn't working. Well, I'm saying
waterfall?
that means the filter's working,
Yeah,
Gio.
yeah.
I'm not saying for the aesthetics of a waterfall.
I'm saying that's horrible. I can't imagine.
The water feature not working.
You want to hear everybody that comes and looks at my pool goes, all right, the first thing we can do is get rid of, I have like 4 glass bricks, and glass bricks are so outdated.
Yeah.
Everybody's like,
The
what
80s.
we can get rid of those glass bricks. I go, there's 4 of them. It's on a waterfall. Who cares? And they're like, no, it kind of looks like, I was like, all right. Everybody that looks at my pool says the same thing. No, I need to get the equipment working.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's related to the lightning strike that we had or what.
Oh, yeah.
But Dino said there is power going out there. It's just not working.
Are you still building the grotto? Is that still on the
Grotto
the to-do
is
list?
still on the to-do list.
All
Yeah.
right.
Listen, the grotto fell behind in priorities. It fell second to projector. And also I'm finally putting in permanent lights in the front of the house, like that go into the thing that I could change.
Oh.
Yeah. So like Halloween, I can make them orange.
No.
Christmas, I can make them red and green.
I love lights.
I mean,
Right?
you never have to pay somebody to take up and put down the lights.
Are there any
Yeah.
other holidays that you could do the lights different colors?
I mean, I think in St. Patrick's Day, I can make them green.
Oh,
Yeah.
Red, white, and blue, 4th of July.
Sunday, I can do pewter and red for the
There's a
lights.
house in my neighborhood. They
pink
do
and
that.
red.
They've got
Yeah.
the permanent like holiday lights, and it's everything. You
Yeah.
know, red, white, and blue for Labor Day.
Awesome.
Nathan is doing those lights, but the priority is getting that goddamn projector up there because I'm not going another week without watching. Especially, God damn it! I just realized it. I'll be on a flight coming back Sunday.
Boo. A coach flight. With
coach flight.
Do you want us to come over and look at the TV, Michael? That way you'll feel like it's still getting used?
It's not. It won't work. It's not up there yet.
Oh man, you're gonna miss the whole Sunday.
Ape arm hair all over me.
Yeah.
What time do the Bucks play on Sunday?
1 p.m.
1,
against the Lions.
Yeah.
I bet. Maybe I can watch on my phone. Damn it.
You're not going to Vegas anyway.
I don't know. Carmen, if I got back out now, I would.
It's this Friday?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
He's not going.
What are you guys doing?
I don't
you guys
know.
live Friday?
No.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're going to the studio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll be live from the studio.
What? Oh, did we vote on that?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, damn it.
No, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gio.
That's all right.
We're live from the studio on Friday, and then I'm heading over to Orlando for a little punk in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why not
let's
get
rock
a
out.
jump start Friday morning?
And then also Saturday, Canelo Alvarez is
I
fighting
know.
as well. Yeah.
His last fight was so
that
much
it?
fun to watch.
It's not Vegas, is it?
Probably. Let's see.
No.
Oh, but it'll be the same time as UFC fight.
Yeah.
He's so
That's
much
true,
fun to
yeah.
watch.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Is this me?
Yes.
Sorry, Mike. Hey, just a quick question. You know where your timer is for your pool?
Yes. I think, I assume it's out by the equipment, right?
Yes. There's a manual on-off switch right there, and sometimes the timer will go out and it won't turn it off or on.
Well, no, the actual
But
pool, the equipment to the pool is not getting any, the power is going out there, but the machine is not working.
Right.
I don't know. I hear what you're
So
saying, but I have no idea what to look for. Like, I actually need a pool guy to come over and look at it.
You probably got fried in the lightning.
Okay.
Don't get crazy. Thank you, though.
sorry.
I appreciate the heads up, sir. Why you got to make the worst out of it, Gio?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so the Canelo fight is in Vegas. It's at the T-Mobile Arena, and then you're going to be at the Sphere.
Oh,
It's the same
man.
night. Yeah, it's Saturday.
I'd rather be at the Sphere.
It's going to be a
I'd
lot of
rather
stuff.
be watching UFC. I mean, it'd be cool if one was Friday and one was Saturday.
Yeah.
But whatever. Listen, there's got to be a pool guy in Lutz right now just driving around the neighborhood going, I'm cleaning or fixing pools. I'll stop by and take a look at it. You know, if I got to have it fixed, I'll have it fixed. I just hoping that, like, remember when the power went out to my media room and turned out it was just one of these things that popped over here? That's what I needed.
Yeah.
I go, Dino, I think I checked it all, but I need you to come and look because you're a real man.
Listen, Joe and I will take a look at it. Done lickety split.
What do you guys know?
Oh, dude, we are always fixing pools.
I know some things. Couple things.
This is a guy who hasn't mowed his lawn. Dino texts me. It's not a regular timer, whatever that means.
Okay.
Whatever that guy was
Okay.
talking about,
Okay.
it's not a regular
Yeah,
one.
of course not. It's a pool timer.
I don't know what any of this stuff means.
Stop timer.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Hey, this is Ron. I can give you a referral for a pool guy who's awesome who helped my stuff.
Is he up in my area? Or you,
Yeah.
All right, hold on.
He covers all of Tampa Bay.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna put you on hold there real quick. Thank you, Carmen. If you can grab that, that'd be awesome. Mike Calta Show, hello.
Yes, I'm a licensed pool contractor. I can help Mike out.
Where do you work, sir? What do you do?
That's what I do for a living. I do equipment setup and repairs, energy management system automations. I'm in Sporle all the time.
My God.
I'm on the air.
Yes.
Oh goodness.
I'm gonna
I can hook you up.
Let me put you on hold real quick so Carmen can grab your phone number, please. Carmen, will you get that guy on line 2? Anybody else, just email me, mike@theboneonline.com. But I think that line 2 guy is perfect. He's like, I got you.
Yeah.
I'll come over there and I'll fix that goddamn pool for
I
you.
can
in
tell
10
what it
minutes.
is just by listening.
Yeah. He's like, I can tell over the phone. I can tell what the problem is. That's what I need. Somebody who's knows the equipment. I know nothing.
That other pool guy's gonna be so mad at you.
Well, the other guy wasn't a pool guy. He was
No. The guy from social media that always wants to do stuff for your pool. I offered Mike. I don't know what his problem is.
No, that guy's terrible.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, there
The
you
one guy who wanted to redo my old pool.
I think so.
Yeah, he went to my dad's house and screwed that thing up. He fixed it eventually, but it was my dad was not happy. Listen, there's 2 people I don't ever want to do work for. It's my dad and my brother. My brother.
you screwed your brother.
I didn't screw him. I didn't screw him.
100%.
No, I got
How did I screw him?
You didn't know that dummy was going to be bad?
He did a great job for me.
Did he finish it?
Kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. That's a toughie.
There was a guy that we knew pretty well, and he said to me, "I'm getting in the outdoor kitchen business, and I want to build you an outdoor kitchen." I said, "I already have an outdoor kitchen." He goes, "No, you don't. You have a grill that came with the house. It's old and blah, 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 and I could do this, 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 and this." And I went, "All right, let's do the outdoor kitchen." So he did the outdoor kitchen, and then right as he started building it, the pandemic happened. Well, I'm sorry, he built it, and then the pandemic happened, so it was not finished. And the worst part about him was he didn't return any phone calls. Like I understand we're in a pandemic, I understand this problem, but I need to know what's going on. I paid a lot of money, and I need to know why this is here, why this isn't here, what's going on. When all is said and done, 90% of it is done. I mean, like, you wouldn't know, but there's a couple of things that I would rather fix that I never got an opportunity to fix, things along those lines. But everything else, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with. So while it was almost done, my brother bought a piece of property in Newport Richey, and he wanted to build a huge outdoor kitchen with a gondola and all these things. And he was like, I go, "Listen, he did an okay job for me. I mean, like, I like it." And he goes, "No, it looks great." I go, then I went to him and I said, "This is my brother. He's much different from me." I said, "If you tell him I'm going to do it Tuesday, it better be done on Tuesday." Me, I'll go, "All right, I'll see you Wednesday or Thursday, whatever." My brother's like, "You said Tuesday, I want it done on Tuesday." That's how he is. He's by the book. No, I got it. I'll take care of it. Took almost $30,000 of my brother's money that he paid up front for everything, and then just fell off didn't do it. Said you didn't need permits, but you needed a permit. Didn't need a license. And that license, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, ends up all of it's in court, and my brother's out $30,000. It's been going on for years now. Meanwhile, that guy, you want to talk about karma? That guy's house got flooded in a storm, and then the next day caught fire. And now that guy's his house is flooded up to his knees. Okay. And then the next day, because of the water and a spark, there was a fire in the house. So the logged house caught fire. Do you want to talk about karma? Mm-hmm. And now it's Parkinson's.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Karma's
Life's
real,
a
man.
bitch.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like, it's crazy. But that's what happens to dicks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What?
Nothing. I was laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you said?
I'm just saying, it'll get you. It'll come back and get you.
Did he ever get the kitchen?
No. He's got no. And
didn't have somebody else do it?
No, he's good. He paid for all that equipment.
Yeah.
And that equipment is somewhere. And because this guy made promises he couldn't keep and hired the wrong general contractors to do stuff, he got screwed on everything. But I offered to cook him food over here.
Yeah, your kitchen is great.
It
does. The beer taps.
Even with the disposal.
90% of it looks good.
Yeah.
Listen, it's like 98%. There's a couple of things that need to be tweaked, but I don't even care about that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That brisket was fantastic.
The brisket
It was good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the brisket cooked on the one piece of equipment that's not in my outdoor kitchen. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I got to take a break. 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. And Carmen, if you can send me that guy's number, the guy who talks like this, that would be fantastic.
Already done?
You're the best ever.
Yeah. I sent you one too that I got.
I don't like yours.
no.
I don't want yours at all. Who is your guy?
He is a pool guy that is also a firefighter.
That's too many jobs.
I mean,
You're not
But
special.
as we learned from
that's-
Galvin,
Not as special.
as we learned from Galvin, he's probably a volunteer firefighter.
Maybe, yeah, but everybody needs a side hustle, so I don't know which one of those is his.
We don't want
I
side
know-
hustle guy.
I know a guy
Yeah.
that wants to come and help. He may or may not have been a former Marine.
No,
You
no,
want-
no,
No?
no.
Dude, you had me at the first half.
I knew a guy who served in Congress. Now he does pools. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. I listen to our commercials a lot on this station. Yeah, some of them are garbage and some of them are great.
Sure.
One of them I just heard the last couple of breaks is the guy who legally wants to get you out of your timeshare.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
No, I don't think I heard it.
Well, it's like people get timeshares and then they get stuck with it. And I still have asked this question a million times and I can't quite get. Have you ever? Because you seem like the timeshare kind of guy to me.
No, I know people, family members that have had
You do?
timeshares. Yeah.
And explain to me. Does anybody know how they work? Like, are you? From my understanding, you pay money and then you get to guarantee it 1 year a week.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, one week a year. Sorry.
Yeah,
1 year a week.
I think they're different depending on what the agreement is, but basically, yeah.
I don't understand that though. Like, I don't know why I would. You don't really own it.
Why don't you just rent a place?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Right?
get it either. Are you making money off of other people renting off of it? Are you getting a break? Yeah, like Do you own anything?
And also, do I want to go to New Orleans for the 50th time? Like, how many times do you go?
Yeah, well, I think my my sister-in-law, like, they have some timeshare over in Disney.
Yeah.
And they go to Disney a lot.
Yes.
So that makes
Disney
sense
has a
little bit.
vacation plan that they do.
But I think you can trade weeks with somebody else at a different location if you're on the right network.
Okay.
I know
So there's
the
ways
Disney
to do that.
Vacation Club, you get a lot of perks that come with it.
I know Dom does that.
Yeah.
Because Dom and I talked about that. I didn't want to do it because I knew my kids would outgrow it.
I am very much. I don't want to stay at a Airbnb. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I want to stay in a hotel where they're
clean up
serving
after
me
you. Yeah.
and doing all that stuff. Now, there's certain situations where if you have like a bunch of people and you rent a house, and that's an Airbnb situation, like, yeah, okay, maybe do something like that because you're staying for a week and you've got, 20 people and you have a nice big house right on the beach.
When we,
all right.
Yeah, when we went to LA, my brother rented an Airbnb in the Hollywood Hills because we was going to be there for a week, and my whole family was going over to the house. So he rented a big mansion in the hills.
I have a situation coming up, and I guess I can talk about this. So next year,
I'm so excited to find out what he's going to say.
Next year for Father's Day weekend, which is also my wife and I, our anniversary and stuff. My sister's coming down from Pittsburgh, and all of her kids and a bunch of family is going to be going up there. So a friend of my brother Tim, who just sold his company for $800 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, ridiculous. Said if your family ever comes in town, I have a house that they can stay at and just pay the cleaning fee. He rents it out and does his stuff, whatever. It sleeps 28 to 32 people.
All right.
All right, I'm in.
Yeah, it is huge. He sent me the pictures. It looks like something out of a movie or something.
Awesome.
It's crazy. It has an infinity pool that goes out over the thing, whatever, all this stuff. So yeah, we're gonna go up and stay in that. And I'm like, oh my God.
That's very cool.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Hold on, John Senning coming through with the information. Let me read this.
By the way, according to CNBC, as many as 85% of buyers regret their timeshare purchase
right. Yeah.
as of January 22nd, 2024.
You know who I know it has a timeshare?
Who?
Rough Shot Todd.
Yeah. Sounds right. We're gonna get a free vacation.
He had one through Westgate, so he would go out to Vegas all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so John said you normally own a specific unit, then you are put into a share group where everybody can rent each other's across the country. We could do that already, though.
Right. Yeah. I don't know what the benefits are.
Right. So, but the thing about this, like, timeshares were a thing before Airbnb and stuff like that.
Right,
So it was basically the lead up to that.
Yeah,
Someone
but it
just-
also wasn't a thing before a hotel or renting. You know what I mean?
right, but you didn't own it, so you couldn't make money off of it, or you couldn't really trade a hotel.
Are they making money off of the timeshare?
No.
Doesn't sound like it. 85% of them disagree, and there's so much people that are disgruntled that there's a lawyer that specifically does that.
Yeah.
Right. I think the problem is with that, like, the reason why they can't make money, that's what they sell you on. They're like, oh, you can make money because you can rent it. But a lot of these places, just like with Airbnb, depending on the community and the places that you live, like, there's some communities that you cannot make your unit or your house an Airbnb.
That's my Clearwater place. You can, but there's rules. You can only do it for 6 months at a time, and it's got they don't
Very
want somebody
strict.
coming in there every other day.
I remember when I went to Mexico when I was younger, and I went through a travel agent, and she said, it's this much, but if you go to the presentation for the timeshare, they'll knock money off. And I go, what do I have to do? And she goes, there's no obligation. You just have to sit through the presentation. They're going to pressure you to, buy and do all this stuff. I go, but I can just say no. And she's like, yeah, and you get, 20% off or whatever it is. And I go, yeah, go ahead, sign me up for that. That's no problem. I have no problem saying no to people. Yep. So they did the whole thing, whatever. And the guy came and gave me a spiel and stuff. And I go, no thanks, and just kind of walked away. I mean, it was as simple as that. And he was like, but sir, and I go, no, thank you, and just kept walking. That is not happening.
Start running.
The one that Todd had, I think he would get weeks at different hotels, like all around the country.
Well, I remember,
and he'd pay one price or something.
I remember that, like I said, the place that you're staying in that area is a lot of people trying to do the timeshare things.
Timeshare,
yeah, and they do that stuff. And then we used to do, I believe, that Tahitian village where they used to do the commercials and stuff. I believe that's timeshare as well.
Yeah, I mean, it is for sure.
Yeah,
but it must work for some people because they're still doing it.
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning. It's Tattoo Tony. How y'all doing?
Hey, dude.
What's up, man?
Hey. Okay, so I have a timeshare in Kissimmee.
Of course you do.
Yes, exactly. And
a badge of honor.
We got roped in. This was years and years and years ago. Free tickets for Disney. Okay, fine. And they said, sure, you can say no problem. So we went. It's a Westgate. So we went to Westgate. What they do is when they try to sell you, they put you upstairs where you can't get out. The elevators are locked.
Oh.
So, yeah. So we sat up there for 6.5 hours.
No.
Yep. But we ended up buying it. So
doing what, though? What were you doing for 6.5 hours?
Oh, my gosh. Everything. We don't want it. Sure you do. Let me go get my manager. Well, we can knock this off. Wait, let me go get my manager. And then they give you a little lunch. They give you this crappy little sandwich and some juice.
Oh.
So, yeah, they sold us. And it's basically, my wife's in real estate, so I don't know for sure, but it's like we had to pay a mortgage payment.
Yeah.
And we have to pay monthly maintenance. So I think it was a foreclosure, so we paid like $30,000 for it.
So you're paying a monthly payment and maintenance fees. And
we don't pay the mortgage anymore. We own it now.
Well, okay, so now you own it and you can go there whenever you want.
No, once a year.
That's the thing. You own it and you can only go once a year, so you don't really own it.
That's right. And like y'all were saying, you have a certain unit. We have never, it's been 7 or 8 years, we've never, ever stayed in the unit that we actually bought.
Why? I don't understand.
Because you don't have to. Like, you can go, can I stay in Tower 7 on the 9th floor?
Okay.
Yeah, sure, which is a nicer unit. Can I stay in the unit that's got 5 bedrooms? Yeah, they give you a little upcharge. But I think we've rented that thing for $5,000 6 or 7 times.
Oh. But how often are you allowed to rent it out?
Once a year.
Yeah, so it's like you're either going for that week or renting it out for that week.
Yep. And I mean, we could go anytime we want and pay the rates are extremely cheaper. It's like, I don't know, probably an expensive hotel.
Right.
But you have a refrigerator and a hot tub and all that stuff. So we can go anytime we want and rent.
Okay, so you can go and rent it. Yeah. So, but it doesn't make sense because
it does not.
No, I mean, like
it makes sense. It makes sense that they lock the elevators to get you to the
I would have threw a chair through the window.
Yeah, my wife calls them shotgun sales.
I'm like Galvin. I have no problem saying no either. But yes, Spanish.
Who owns it then? That is putting all these rules on your property.
A smarter company.
It's Westgate.
Yeah, Westgate.
Oh,
it's kind of cool because we can go pretty much anywhere to Westgate. But also, when you go every year, you go
once a year. You can only go on. Like you can say it's cool because we can go anywhere, but only once a year.
Only once a year, unless you want to rent. Like a hotel.
Right.
And can I go to Westgate without having?
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
$5,000.
Yeah, but it's like, all right, without all the other hassles.
Yeah, and every time we go for the week, they give you a call on the first day you're there, and they say, hey, you want to come down and have a talk with us about upgrading?
No.
We'll give you free tickets to this, free ticket every single time. But no, I'm sorry, $200 in cash.
Yeah,
that's what they gave us.
It's not doing it either.
So we go sit for 3 hours for $200 in cash.
Wow. I know hookers that work cheaper than that, buddy.
And you can't sell it either, right? There's no way for you to sell it?
Yeah, you
can sell it.
Yeah, and then according to that commercial that I heard, you can legally sell it. Right. So that's the case. Well, hey, I appreciate the information, buddy, and
okay, guys,
we look forward to staying with you over there in Kissimmee.
All right. Take it easy. Have a good day.
Thanks, Tony.
I'm going to tell you, one of the greatest things that I ever did was whenever they built the Beau Rivage over in Biloxi. I had just started working in radio, and they sent me a thing, and they said, we want you to come for the big like pre-party thing and this and that. And we're going to put you up for 2 nights and all this stuff. And I'm like, this can't be, they're selling me something, like something's going on here. So I call over there and I go, I just got this, and gave them my invitation number and stuff. And they go, yeah. And I go, what is the deal? Like, what do you, and they go, nothing. There's a presentation like before, whatever. But then and I go, all right, presentation. I don't know. But I wasn't making any money, and it was like a free trip over there and the brand new casino and stuff. So I went over there, and they had the presentation thing, and they had shrimp that were the size of my fist, and they had oysters, and they had all this stuff, and it's out on this back area. And they go, this is the new thing, and blah, 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 and just a couple things, 10 minutes. And they go, and now you have $250 in free play. Enjoy your weekend.
That was it.
That was it. And I was like, I was in a robe in my room eating chocolate strawberries. I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world. I had just got into radio. I was like, this is the best.
I made such a great career choice.
Right, yeah. It was really fantastic.
Can I tell you another thing about the timeshare? Like, I called Diane from Action on Travel yesterday. Mm-hmm. My wife and I are looking to try and we didn't really go on a vacation, so we're trying to pick a vacation that we could do before the end of the year. Do you know I have 1 week between now and December that I can do something?
Because the other stuff's all taken up.
Everything's all. I mean, we have scheduled tailgates. Yeah. I have things. I have plan. I have 1 week in October. The third week in October is the 1 week I have nothing going on. It's just crazy. So maybe may or may not be going on vacation that week.
Timeshare time.
Might be getting myself a timeshare.
Where are you going?
We're going to Tony's timeshare. No, I think we might go on a cruise. Right. It's just easy. You know what I'm saying? It's
You
just easy
love
to go.
cruise.
Well, he's got all those points though that you can use, or like you're like a diamond member.
Yeah,
the cruises are so much better.
Cruises are where it's at. Like everything's done. I mean, obviously we know we all go on the cruise and do this stuff. It really is simple. Like the most simple thing to do that has everything you could possibly want. Great restaurants, casino, different stops, all that stuff, and you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to schedule anything. You just go, I'm going to lay by the pool today, or I'm going to go and shop and do this stuff, or go wherever.
You do get the most for your money too.
Yeah,
it feels like.
And the thing is that it's just her and I will be going, and we want to, like, if we wake up one day and we're like, let's just stay in bed till noon, we can do that.
Yeah,
right. If I'm sitting in a hotel somewhere in Hawaii, I'm gonna feel like I have to get up and go outside in Hawaii. You know what I mean?
Catch a sunset.
Charlie Belcher, I don't know where he's at, so I'm not saying the name of it or nothing. But they just showed food and they showed pizza. It was the worst looking pizza I ever saw. Like, make your pizza look good at least for TV. You know? All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, Dominic Ferriello will be here to take your legal calls, and also we're gonna go over the Tyreek Hill video with him, and we're gonna go legally play by play, and we'll see what Tyreek Hill's rights were and if they were violated. We'll find that out next. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Dom, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, guys. Good morning.
Good.
Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you. Dom, if you don't mind, before we get to the phone calls, I'd like to talk to you about the laws in the great state of Florida and what you think about the Tyreek Hill video where he was arrested on his way into... Was he actually arrested?
Well, he was detained, and then he was released. So he was in custody, and then he was released. So technically, yes, he was arrested and then unarrested.
So let me ask you this: you're driving your car, you're speeding, you get pulled over. Which so far is what happened with Tyreek Hill. He was on his way to the football game. He got pulled over for speeding. They came over, and he would not open his car window or door, and that is because he was trying to get a hold of his agent, Drew Rosenhaus. And they began knocking on his window, to which he lowered the window and told him to stop knocking on his car because it was an expensive car. Are you? I know we see a lot of these videos where cops walk up to the car, and they just hold their driver's license up to the window so they can see it, or they just crack it and hand it through. What is the law for there?
Well, with the Tyreek situation, and Carmen was nice enough, she put the video up, but I did see it earlier. Yesterday when it was released, his window was down. So when the officer comes up, you can clearly see his windows all the way down.
Right.
Tyreek hands the officer his information. They're chatting because the body cam is the officer behind the stopping officer.
Okay.
But we don't have any video of the driving conduct. So whether he was speeding or reckless driving, or we don't have any video. They didn't flip the switch because they can do that. They have body cams. They can just flip the switch and say, all right, well, what's the driving conduct of this particular vehicle? If they have it, they haven't released it. So his window is down. He's talking with the officer. He gives him the information, presumably his driver's license and an ID and all that. And then they're talking. Then the other officer turns back, and then I believe Tyreek thinks, all right, this officer is going to go now and run his information, process him for a ticket, thinking he's going to walk away, is my understanding. If you listen to, the audio does have curse words, so we can't.
Do we have the audio, Carmen?
I have the audio that Galvin sent me earlier, but
that's edited audio because it starts at a certain area and stuff.
Okay, all right,
But
go ahead.
the unedited audio does have curse words in it. Yeah, a lot. So I don't know whether you want to.
All right, no.
Yeah, and which is interesting because it's law enforcement cursing at Tyreek, which.
But Tyreek also curses back at them eventually.
Right, that does happen. So his window's down. He's given the information, and then. My understanding is he thinks that the officer is going to walk. As the officer walks away, to usually run your information behind you. Now, mind you, there's 4 officers here. Not one, there's 4, at least 4 that I can count.
Right.
All right. So what Tyreek does, in my opinion, that he probably should not have done is when he rolls the window all the way up. Now, for officer safety, that was a problem because you can't see what the driver inside's doing.
Okay.
So and they don't know. A lot of folks have weapons, and it's so the officer safety factor, because when he rolls his window up, it's tinted, and all you see is the reflection of the officer. That was really the only problem that I can ascertain from Tyreek's side. He then cracks the window back down again because the officer is banging on the window and says lower it. He comply. He lowers it. And then this officer loses patience and says, if you don't lower it, I'm going to have you come out of the vehicle, which he can lawfully order somebody to do. But before Tyreek can even respond or comply.
So let me interrupt you for a second. So if I'm in the car and I'm being investigated for a traffic stop and they say to get out of the car, I have to get out of the car.
That's true, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. In the state of Florida, if they say, please exit the vehicle, yes, you have to do that. There is case law on that right on point.
Okay.
And a lot of that, it comes from officer safety. They don't want folks to take off. They want to protect the community. They want to make sure there's no immediate harm or weapons around there. So a lot of this is officer, trooper, and deputy safety is the background story behind it. The problem that Miami-Dade here has, which is when you look at it, you think initially I thought this was troopers because they're wearing tan, but in Miami-Dade, I think that's the color of their uniform. The second officer, the body cam officer, he is the one that, in my opinion, loses his patience and temper.
Not a Dolphins fan.
Well, I don't know what they are,
right.
But it was clear to me, and I don't know, again, if folks can watch the video, when the stopping officer who's got his information has him roll down the window and says, listen, we're not going to play this game. Roll the window down so I can see you. Again, officer safety. Tyreek starts to roll the window down, and the other one says, no, we're out of here. And then opens the door and then yanks him out of the car.
Right. So the one officer, which I think has already been put on leave, is the one that gets aggressive and opens the door and yanks him out of there.
Administrative leave. So in my opinion, when I look at this traffic stop, Tyreek's window was down initially. He exchanged information with law enforcement. He's probably thinking, all right, this gentleman has my info. He's going to go back to the squad car. He's going to run my information, maybe come back with a ticket. He rolls his window up. He's on the phone, I believe, with his agent, Drew Rosenhaus.
Yep.
The officer didn't leave the door. He was still there, and now the window's up. Now, he can't see what's going on in there. Well, obviously, that's a problem. We just talked about it. He knocks on it. He lowers the window down. He says, we're not going to play this game. You need to lower the window down so I can see in completely. And then the other officer jumps the gun, says, no, you're out. And then they proceed to pull him out of the car. To me, legally, what Tyreek did or what he was correcting, the officers did not give him adequate time to comply with their commands.
Right.
And so you understand what I'm saying is if an officer gives you information or instruction, but you have multiple officers there,
right?
You got to give the driver, the citizen, time, right, to comply.
Yeah, but listen, let's not. We also have to take into consideration. Dom's a huge Dolphins fan. He's really on Tyreek Hill's side.
Yeah.
I'm not discrediting that.
That 80-yard touchdown was sweet on Sunday.
I'm going to tell you, thank you, Gio. I'm going to tell you right now, as a Dolphins fan, when I heard the story before seeing the video, I was pissed, and I would have been biased as hell. If I was a judge, I'd probably have to recuse myself just because I'm a Dolphins fan, and I do not lie to you. I will tell you all the truth. However, stepping out of being a fan of the Miami Dolphins, and of course living in South Florida, when you look at this frame by frame, okay, what could Tyreek have done differently, just like any other motorist in Florida?
Well, he's definitely entitled. He feels entitled. Like when they pulled him over, he was like, What do you want? Hurry up and give me the ticket. I got to go. I got to play. Oh, well, let me tell you something. We're not all on your schedule, okay? You broke the law. Now you'll leave when we tell you to leave.
Yeah, and that's true as well. I mean, when I get stopped, it's happened. It hasn't happened in a long time, but I'm always very polite. Thank you for your service.
I could never say to a police officer, "Well, hurry up, I got someplace to go."
Yeah,
never. I mean, not even out of fear, just out of respect.
Yeah. Well, I remember the one time that I had an issue with a trooper is I was coming out of Polk County, and I was coming where Polk County connects to I-4. You have that loop. I can't remember what the 718, whatever the hell that road is, and you loop back on the I-4. Well, he hit me before I come on the bend for the exit. Well, there is no place to pull over on the ramp without really being, in the roadway,
right,
in traffic. So what I did was I just proceeded through the loop and the ramp, and as soon as I came out on I-4, I pulled off to the side all the way to the right because you had a wide embankment, clear off the road. And this trooper comes running up and screaming and hollering. And he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" And I said, "Good morning, trooper. Nice to see you." Very calm.
Nothing makes him angry.
I said, "Good morning, trooper. Nice to see you. What the hell are you doing? You didn't pull over." I said, "First of all, thank you for your service." I swear to God.
I just shot you on the site.
I did. Thank you for your service. I said, full disclosure, I'm an attorney. I just came from the Polk County Bartow Courthouse. I said, where you put the lights on was not a safe place for me to pull over for you or for myself.
Right.
I've represented a lot of law enforcement in my personal injury practice that's been hit or clipped on the side of the road. So for your safety and mine, I figured I'd pull over here on I-4, and now you can talk with me, give me a ticket, and both of us can do it safely. What else do you need? And he kind of looked at me, and I had all my information. There's my insurance card. Here's my registration. Here's my ID. And then he calmed down. He took the information and did what he did, came back and gave me a ticket. I said, "All right, thank you very much."
He gave you the ticket? Even after you thanked him for his service?
He gave me a ticket, which was fine. He gave me a ticket, and then I had someone represent me, actually, went to Polk County, hired an attorney to represent me, and they took care of it.
Yeah, and look, at least you didn't drag you out of the car and put you in handcuffs.
But I'm not condoning if Tyreek had listen. If a motorist has a short attitude with somebody, law enforcement's trained to deal with that. If Tyreek says, "Look, I'm in a hurry," or "I got to play a game," that's probably not the nicest thing to say with law enforcement. It's rude. But these guys are trained to de-escalate a situation.
That's the problem that I saw is, even if he's being a dick and he's being a dick because he's a multimillionaire and, everybody loved him and all that stuff, they definitely didn't de-escalate. They definitely went right back at him. And, my knee, I had surgery on my knee. You have surgery on your ears because you're not hearing what I'm saying,
and
all
they're
that
cursing
stuff.
at him.
And that's Galvin's 100% correct. And what I would have done if I had the officer, and when he cracked the window, I would lean in and say, "Listen, I need to run your information for my safety and yours. I can't see in the vehicle. Could you please roll the window down and I'll be right back."
Right.
That's all he had to say. Now, Tyreek's going to look at him and say, "All right, well, that makes sense." I don't think Tyreek's going to look at somebody and say, "No," and I'm going to roll it back up again. I mean, if you just say, "Look, it's for my safety and yours," roll it down. And I talk to a lot of law enforcement. I see them all the time in traffic court. And if they're just going to say, "Look, this is my name, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm doing it, and I'll be right back, and we'll get this thing resolved." Now, but these officers jumped the gun, in my opinion. They had zero patience, they had zero tolerance, and they were all overly aggressive to that citizen. Or I don't care if he's a Dolphins player or not. He's a citizen.
I think they know Tyreek Hill's a scumbag, and they wanted to rough him up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Listen, what I would do
this is a guy that beat up his pregnant girlfriend. I mean,
what did she say?
Yeah.
I would do the background of these guys, Jets fans, they Buffalo fans. I want to know the background for these officers.
He beat up his pregnant girlfriend, broke his kid's arm. I mean, the guy's a scumbag. I think they just knew it and wanted to rough him up.
Is Tyreek Hill the same guy that the photographer got in trouble for whenever he took the picture and did that stuff, and he was in the end zone, and he knew him since college and everything, and then he
with the phone,
then he wound up paying his
Yes.
It's all his salary because he got let go by the NFL.
And now that kid works in the NFL as like a photographer or whatever. Yeah.
So I was on his side on that. I was like, oh, this is a nice guy, but I didn't know about the breaking the arm and the
he
punching the wife.
pled guilty to beating up his pregnant girlfriend.
Listen, I don't know what she said to bring that on, and having children, I can understand wanting to break their arms.
Yeah.
I thought that it was really excessive when the officer pushed him to the ground after he had said that he had knee surgery. I thought that was where they really crossed the line.
None of that need to happen. And if the folks looking at the video, it was the second officer that pulls him out of the car, opens the door comes up, not out because of the design of the car.
Right.
And pulls him out. That, in my opinion, and I look, you guys know I love law enforcement and I support law enforcement. But that conduct by this particular officer in this situation was unnecessary. Even if they opened the door and asked them to come out, give him an opportunity to open the door and come out.
Yeah.
That was never afforded to him. And again, I'm not condoning being rude or disrespectful to law enforcement, but even if you've got an attitude, law enforcement's trained to deal with that. Yeah. Be patient, de-escalate the situation, and you come out of the vehicle. And if they want him to come out and stand there, they can absolutely do it. But they yanked him out of the car. That's why that officer's on administrative leave.
Yeah,
because
I think rightfully so.
Or they breached their protocol. They have a standard operating procedure.
Yeah.
And that SOP, which I've read these SOPs tons of times with different agencies and departments,
I don't know if
violated
there's any reason to call names.
Well, SOP, standard operating procedure, not SOB. But thank you for the clarification.
That's different than POS, too.
Yes, thank you. If somebody misheard me, I would have gotten in trouble. No, they're not.
All right. Let me grab a couple of these phone calls while you're here, Dom. Ryan, good morning. I want to ask Dom, what do you got?
Good morning, guys. Hey, Dom. I'm from Clearwater, currently live in Minnesota because I know. My point is, I took your advice. I had a seizure leaving work, driving, and was all over the road. People reported me. They wanted to stop me for DUI. I refused to blow. I didn't do this. I refused to do the sobriety test because I have a fake hip and I can't stand up barely anyways.
So why didn't you do that and just say that you have a fake hip and that you were having a seizure? Why wouldn't you blow?
I wasn't going to blow for no reason. They were going to.
If you're sober, why wouldn't you just blow so you could say, "Nope, I'm sober. I just had a seizure."
No, they didn't believe me.
Well, here's why, Mike, and this is the advice I gave because a lot of my clients will blow. But they don't do it at the roadside stops now. They take it to central breath testing. So they'll make a subjective observation based on what they see, law enforcement, and they'll arrest somebody. Then you blow back at central breath testing. If you blow .000 or under the legal limit, then what law enforcement does is they say, all right, now we want you to take a urine test.
Okay.
And they cannot do that under the statute. It has to be separated or bifurcated, meaning if you think someone's intoxicated by alcohol, then you submit to the breath test. If you think someone's impaired because of a substance, then you submit to a urinalysis. You can't fish if you're wrong on one or the other. And that's why the advice to this fellow was the way it was.
Okay. My bad, sir.
That's
I understand now.
That's okay.
Oh, no, it's all good. And the crazy part is they still took me to jail.
Right.
Charged me with a DUI for not abiding. And I went to court, never made it into court. They took me out and they said the case was thrown out.
Yeah. Yeah, and what happened, and this is a great example, and I really appreciate this call, Mike. This is a great example. Don't litigate the case at the side of the road. Don't try the case there. Don't try to argue with law enforcement. Don't try to be the lawyer. Just, follow the advice that lawyers give. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. Be polite. And then what happens is let the process handle it on the backside. When you get to a lawyer, you get to court, we'll fish and figure everything out if there was a violation of your rights or if somebody was unlawfully arrested.
And they took me from the cell to the early morning court. Before I could even get up to the judge, the case was already thrown out. They took me back, and I was released in 10 minutes.
Well, yeah, for everybody is first appearance court, otherwise known as PP court. Within 24 hours, you have to be brought in front of a judge to explain why you.
What a pain in the ass! This guy just spent the night in jail for nothing.
And that's the tough part, and that's the hardest thing when I talk with clients is they are trying to avoid that experience well, if I talk or say more, if I do this or do that, they're going to let me go. Or that hardly ever happens. Rarely does it happen.
Hey, let me ask you a question. So they put you in a holding cell with a bunch of other people overnight, or how'd that work out?
Oh yeah, no, they put me in the regular cell with people that are waiting for trials and everything like that. And I literally was in my suit. They had me all wrapped with the chains and all that garbage. And I was sitting there waiting for my turn to go in. And the bailiff came and got me and said the charges are dropped.
Well, they should have taken you to the medical facility there if you were having a medical issue.
I did.
Yes.
And I'm also on seizure medication. So I had all my ducks in a row. I just wasn't going to listen to them tell me I was drunk when I wasn't.
Well, glad it worked out for you.
I said take me to jail and we'll go from there.
How long were you in the jail before you started doing gay stuff?
About a half hour.
Way to hold out, sir. Way to hold out. I appreciate the call, buddy. Thank you.
No problem, brother. Thanks, man.
That'd be, I gotta tell you, I'd be very frustrated with that.
Sure.
I'd be really frustrated, especially if I had a medical condition and I tried to lay that out and let them know and they still took me to jail. I'd be furious.
Well, there's also, for folks listening, if you have a medical condition and you cannot do the field sobriety exercises, there is a way that you can do those seated. So law enforcement can accommodate you if you don't have the ability based on an injury or surgery or something. There's a lot of folks that don't know that. Now, I don't recommend doing the field sobriety exercises. They're not required. All those do is show clues or signs of impairment. And people say, oh, I passed. Or I say, well, they're impossible to pass and they're impossible to fail. Yeah. They just show clues and signs of impairment. Well, why give that information to law enforcement? It's not required. It's not a part of the implied consent law. So if you don't have to do it, don't. You don't have to make any statements under your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If they read you Miranda, listen to it. Those are your rights. Listen to what they're saying. If you invoke the right to an attorney under your Sixth, that's it. Don't say anything else.
Can I tell you the best piece of advice you've ever given me?
I mean,
I've
known you a long time.
I know, and you've given me a lot of advice. But this is by far the best piece that you ever gave me, and I too appreciate law enforcement like you do. I don't think this is part of their process, this is part of what they do. But it was something I was unaware of. One time, this is when we were doing afternoons, I got a call at the radio station. A police officer was calling me and asked me to call him back. And I didn't know why they'd be calling me. So I think I asked Spanish to call them and find out what they were calling about. And they came back in and they said, we're calling you about an investigation into someone that you know that's alleged to have committed a crime, and we wanted to see if you could help us with the investigation. And I went, okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll call him after the show. And Dom said, no, you won't. And I said, why? And he said, I'll call him. And I go, I don't mind helping out if it's somebody. He goes, what do you know? I go, I have no idea. I don't even know who they're talking about. And he goes, so what if it's something about you? I go, but you can't say it's about somebody else. It's somebody. He goes, they could be making up in a story about somebody else just to talk to you, to fish and get some things to you if they're building a case against you. I was like, you got to be kidding. He goes, they're allowed to lie to you.
Sure, yeah.
And now I see that because once Dom told me that 10 years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it was, once Dom told me that, I see it now in investigations in documentaries. I see it in Law and Order type TV shows. The cops going in and lying. All right, your friend just gave you up, or a cop. I just heard you were over here, and all of it was BS. I think about that all the time, Dom. That was one of the best pieces of advice I've ever got.
Well, I'm happy that you listened and let me cover it, and thank you for repeating that. So for folks listening to the show today, they can also benefit if they find themselves in a similar situation, because you don't know. You might be involved in their estimation in some type of conspiracy or being a co-defendant, and kind of pitting individuals against each other is what I see. And the next thing you know, Mr. Sansoni and I are law partners. We have separate firms, but we end up representing defendants that are co-defendants in a lot of cases. We can do that because it separates the conflict. Because of situations like this, one guy gets called by law enforcement. Hey, we just need to come in and talk to you. No, nothing about you. It's about your friend. And then another detective's calling the friend. Hey, we got to talk. Yeah, it's not about you. It's about your friend. So now they're in two different rooms in front of two different officers talking about each other, putting evidence against themselves. They both get charged. They both have to hire me. And Mr. Sansoni was the case a few years ago. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'll tell you, I think about that, and I think that that's great to pass on to other people. There are phone calls on the phones, but we are running out of time. I will grab as many as I can before we do. Jamie, good morning. I want to ask Dom. What do you got, Jamie?
Yes, hello. Thanks for taking my call.
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened was my wife was suffering from heavy menstrual cycles. So she went to her gynecologist, or a gynecologist, and they said, okay, you need to have an IUD. Well, they did a mammogram right before she did the IUD, and it all came back negative. You have no signs of cancer, all that stuff. Well, about 4 months later, she developed some lumps on her breasts, and she went back to the gynecologist. They said, oh, geez, after the mammogram, you need to go and get a biopsy done. So she did, and it came back positive for breast cancer, pretty rapidly growing one. And so then she had to get a double mastectomy done, long surgery, big recovery process, all that. And we've had oncologists and other gynecologists tell us that, no, they should never give you that IUD. That's probably the reason why you got cancer. We don't know, but there could be a reason.
You need that in writing. If a doctor or oncologist is opining or making a decision that the cause of some type of illness or cancer in this situation is a direct result of an insert here, X, or insert here, a person, them, you need that in writing, because they are going to be your experts. They are going to be your witnesses in either a medical malpractice or either a products liability lawsuit or claim, because they're going to be the evidence you, the missus, the family needs as a preponderance of evidence in the civil case to prove these folks were negligent medically or these folks created a defective product. And if you cannot get that in writing or you cannot get them to say that, then there's no way to link the two. You need to have the nexus. It's very difficult. It's very time-consuming. It's very expensive. But if you do get that, you contact the office, Single Law Group, David and Shafia. They're fantastic. They were on the cruise a couple times. If you go on the cruise with us, you've met them. They do medical malpractice, mass tort claims, which includes products liability. They're fantastic. Email me but you need that information. If you can get it.
Good luck. Good luck.
I mean, I figured they needed it in writing, but they just, like I said, I mean, even when she went to get DNA done, I guess she had to go get a DNA test done to see if any cancer's in her genetics or something like that. And that all came back negative, and the person that contacted us for the results, I mean, didn't say or...
Well, you got to focus on what I'm telling you. People will tell you a lot of things in the confines of their own office, but as soon as they get a subpoena from a lawyer like myself to say, hey, we need you to come in and tell us, under oath in this deposition or on the stand what you told my client back in your office, then all of a sudden people start to clam up or they get squirrely. And then you run into
really?
Yeah. That's why you got to get it ahead of time. No, I never said that. Oh, no, they misunderstood. No, that's not what I meant. And I've heard all the different variations. And I look at my client like, that's what they told me this. And they go, well, no, this is, and then you start, the tap dance starts.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
All right. Sorry to hear about your wife, sir. Thank you. I appreciate the call. If you didn't get through today, 813-251-5550 right there at the office. You could always go to askthedom.com, or you could listen to Dom's show tomorrow night. What do we got tomorrow night?
I'm just chilling tomorrow, catch up on some calls. I don't have any slated guests at this point in time, which is great. You get more time with the Dom and then Spike and Sweet Kelly in there.
Kelly still works here.
Yeah, Kelly. Kelly's still with us. So I enjoy the shows where I don't necessarily have a lot of guests or too many people in, because then I have more airtime to tackle the calls, and those usually the craziest shows ever. So the board's full, people are going crazy, a lot of calls. It's always fun.
Yeah.
So that's tomorrow. It just got me.
I'm just perplexed that Kelly still works.
Yeah, it's wild.
It blows my mind.
I think my show is the only time she comes into studio. I don't know if she's on, and then she'll stay. That's not true. She'll stay after with Johnny B on Wednesday. So she'll do my 2 hours, and I think Johnny B's 2 hours on Wednesday nights.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you, Dom. I appreciate you getting up and coming in, and thanks for the Tyreek Hill stuff.
Well, absolutely. I appreciate you guys always having me, and of course, being your attorney.
All right, good. We got to take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 The Bone. Floridian Detailing. Do you know those people?
I do not.
They said we will dunk on Lou's Mobile Detailing.
Oh,
and we won't be mean to you guys.
Damn.
Hit us up.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. My car is pretty much like a depression mess right now. I got to clean it out. It's just like an accumulation of stuff. I want to clean it out before it gets ants.
Yeah, you better, man.
Good idea.
Keep it nice.
How old are you?
We don't have to go down there.
37?
Yeah.
And if you're still driving a car that may get ants, time to wrap it up.
Michael, anywhere may get ants in Florida. Galvin, back me up on this. Anywhere. You were just saying during the commercial break, you were like, ants are everywhere.
That's because
But you can get rid of them very easily.
Yeah,
Stop eating donuts.
I was talking about my Aunt Tina. She is everywhere.
Can I put this out there?
I apologize.
I do an endorsement for a company called Home Team Pest Defense. And if I can give them a little extra love, a little plug, because do you know how that came about? Because a salesperson contacted me and said, hey, there's a pest control company that would like you to do the endorsement for them. And I said, I got to be honest with you, I've had the same pest control company for 20 years. And he was like, okay. I go, I can't, in good faith, tell people to go use this one that's paying me when I've been so dedicated to using this other one, the Home Team Pest Defense people. And he was like, no, I totally understand. You have to have integrity there. And I said, thank you. He called me up the next day and he said, Home Team Pest Defense is going to advertise on the show now. I said, great, that works out perfect. So I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to be like, I've never seen a bug. And occasionally, like if it rains really bad and there's some flooding or something like that, occasionally they'll see a little palmetto bug or something. And I call them up and the next day they're here to clean it. If I have an accumulation like a wasp's nest or something like that outside, you call them up, they come and they take it down, and they've been fantastic. I mean, with the guys, we got them on our cell phone. We can go to the exterminators. They've been great. Home Team Pest Defense. If you have ants in your car, I will have them fumigate your car for you.
Thank you, Michael.
Yeah. I mean, nobody should be driving in a vehicle that has bugs in it.
I appreciate that.
Not anybody that's not homeless.
I got to be honest with you. I'm very surprised that the guy who doesn't shower for 9 days and eats donuts every 30 seconds has ants in his car.
Yeah.
That is a shocking statement.
Surprising.
Let me collect my thoughts. I don't leave donuts in the car.
No.
You know?
I mean, when you eat them,
why are
the
the ants
crumbs.
there?
I don't know why the ants are there.
Listen to me.
I don't want.
I'm telling you
I don't
right
wanna
now,
listen.
I could go out there and find at least half a payday. laying on the
I
ground.
bet you couldn't.
Yeah.
I bet you couldn't.
You're in the middle of a payday, and then you're like, "Ooh, donut!" And then you grab a donut and you set the payday down, and then you forget about it, and it goes under the seat, and then all of a sudden, my Antina's in there.
No,
all right,
Spanish, you want to know when you really become an adult?
That's not it.
You know when you really become an adult?
Yeah.
When you're keep your car clean, and then you look in the back seat when you have kids, and you go, Jesus Christ, these kids, and you pick up all their garbage and leave things in the back seat of the car, French fries on the floor, and this and that. That's when you go, I'm officially old now. I'm officially old. Yeah.
It's a weird feeling when this stuff just accumulates and you're just like, whatever.
Oh, my car's clean.
Yeah.
I used to drink chocolate milk, Nestle's quick chocolate milk in the little cardboard pint, and just throw them in the back seat. Just throw them in the back
I had a Honda Civic that was about chest high with Yoo-Hoo bottles in the back seat. It was wild.